and the twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran last, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the brave, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave, and the
Good morning, God. Today, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And thank you for today. Amen.
There's too many songs about diamond teeth and gold chains. Too many rappers who still glorify gangs. There's way too many rhymes about codeine and women we'd like to bang. I just wanted to make a song to say thanks. Thank you to the cops who really trying to make the world a better place, risking their lives to keep a man they never even met safe. They ain't trying to kill your kids or lock their father away. They got families who need food on their plates. And thank you to the firefighters. Whenever I hear sirens, I pray. It takes a special kind of man to run toward all the flames. When we see smoke and we need help, the fire can't be contained. They running in while everybody runs away. And thank you to the soldiers fighting for us, flying way overseas. Ain't never met you, but I love you cause you're dying for me. I'm enjoying my freedom and I know freedom ain't free. When the anthem plays, I don't take a knee. And thank you to the truckers, the janitors, and the average people. The ones holding the jobs that will damage your ego. The ones who do the most and in return they get zero. Screw what anyone says, y'all are heroes. Everyday people, they know who they are. They aren't superstars and they don't fight evil. They gotta do the hours with no superpowers. Everyday people don't always save the world. They don't get the girl, but y'all are heroes. Too many songs about Xanax and faces covered with tattoos, and way too many asses on camera with rap dudes. Too much Gucci, Louis, Prada clothing trying to brand you. I just want to make a song to say thank you. Thank you to the paramedics coming at high speed in an ambulance, trying to get someone to breathe at the scene of an accident. Covered in a stranger's blood and trying to bring them back again. Their stress levels always at a maximum. Thank you to the carpenters, mechanics, and the welders and plumbers. Y'all are building all the roofs that we're under. Swinging hammers in the pouring rain, the snow in the summer. I hope you know that I appreciate your struggle. Thank you to the nurses and doctors fighting for everyone's lives. Y'all don't always find a cure, but I believe that you tried. The guilt of seeing someone who you tried to save die, don't let it haunt you. Y'all bought them some time. And thank you to the priests and the pastors and the grocery store clerks. The ones who don't get thanked or paid enough for their work. Probably feel disrespected and I'm sure that it hurts. But let me tell you, y'all are heroes for sure.
Everyday people, they know who they are, they aren't superstars, and they don't fight evil. They gotta do the hours with no superpowers. Everyday people don't always save the world, they don't get the girl, but y'all are heroes. Heroes.
You don't need a mask and a cape. Don't lose sleep wondering if humanity's safe. Whoa, whoa. And you don't gotta fly to the moon. Don't need x-ray sight to see the hero in you. Whoa.
Everyday people, they know who they are, they aren't superstars, and they don't fight evil. They gotta do the hours with no superpowers. Everyday people don't always save the world, they don't get the girl, but y'all are heroes. Heroes.
Hey, morning, everybody. It's Mystery Monday. Let's see who all we got in here. We got Blackbird, Blue Butterfly, Mayhem. What's up, brother? Hey, Amy. Morning, Amy. KP Heathen Sheriff Bear. Blackbird. Morning. I'm scrolling. Monty, what's up, sir? Good to see you. I'm scrolling, trying not to miss nobody. What's up, Eric? Morning, Eric. Tiger, morning, Tiger. Miss Loretta. Trying to get there. I'm getting there. Yeah. I'm scrolling. What's up, D-Dog? G-Mon Nana. Customer States. G-Mon Nana. Okay. I see. I'm just now. It's going to start to land. Miss Sandy. Solid. Miss Angela. Rabid Coyote. Hey, I'm getting there. I ain't bothering saying morning to Steam Labs. That Stream Labs can kiss my ass. Yep. It's a good looking hat. Check out my new hat. So, yeah. Pretty badass. I'm digging it. Hey, Miss Share Bear, morning. Well, I don't know if I'd go all about there, but I am knowledgeable when it comes to computing electronics. Yes, ma'am. I can help. What you got? We'll take a shot at it. So, morning, everybody. So, it's been a rather interesting weekend. Do you have any idea why my hard drive would fail every year in 4 different computers? Ooh, wow, that's an open-ended one. So it could be various things. It could be that you have malware that basically burns up the drive. You have brownouts, power surge type spikes that happen. You have faulty power supplies, but 4 different computers, I would eliminate the power supply because that would be 4 different power supplies. The only common denominator would be the files, the data on the hard drives if you're transferring them. So it's kind of some questions there. It's like, so do these hard drives in 4 different computers, have they all been fresh installs with no transfer of data? If there's transfer of data, then that's one common denominator would be the data that's being transferred from drive to drive. And then I don't mean this bad, but the other common denominator is the person at the chair at the keyboard in between all the computers. You just kind of got to look at the common denominator. What's up, Astua? Savage Lee, morning. Let's see, did I just miss anybody else? I didn't miss anybody else that came in, did I? Okay. Don't tell anyone about sleeping through the alarm. Oh, I guess I didn't have to. Mayhem, you can do that yourself. Yeah, I got up early and I was drinking coffee. All of a sudden I hear this alarm and I'm like, well, that's not the missus alarm. So I kind of wait. It doesn't cut off. So then I go into the living room and I look around the corner and Mayhem's sleeping on his back and the alarm's just right there going off. So I'm like, okay, well, I eased over there and I hit the dismiss button. And about the time I hit the dismiss button, then Mayhem went from laying on his back and he rolls over to face towards me. And when he does, he decides to let out a fart. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess you're still sleeping good. So I turn around and just work my way back down the hallway. Went in there and told the missus going, okay, alarm's off. He's still sleeping, must be tired. So we both just chilled to let him sleep and get caught up. What's up, Kiss Off? Morning. So, yeah. That would be a morning with mayhem. Rootin' tootin' mayhem. That's it, Amy. Rootin' tootin'. Old Mayhem. He's a rootin' tooter. So, okay. Okay. So you've been buying refurbished computers. Aha. So yeah, what they're doing is I could do that. I have stacks of hard drives and I could wipe them clean and I could like stick them in stuff, but they're not going to last because the minute you start running those all the time, they're going to wear out pretty fast because I know that they're old drives. So it could be that. Yes, ma'am. So you bought brand new. Well, that's cool because probably your brand new one too is going to have the current drives, which are SSD style. So it won't be the mechanical hard drive. So that'll be a good sign. You'll have the latest graphic driver types and hardware. So that's a good sign. So you came out on the better end. It was kind of a rough road to get there, I know, but after 4, but yeah, you got you a new one and now you ought to be good for a little while. Come on, I've been waiting. Man, you know what? To be honest, I almost not even started to go live this morning because I was like, man, the whole internet is blown up with that, what went down. And there's so much speculation out there. It's just, and what's sad is the more speculation, it's just going to make it even harder to actually get the actual truth out. But I think that was an attempt. I believe it was a message. Oh, I think it was a piss poor attempt. I just don't think it was like a serious attempt. Otherwise, it would have been, it would have been the professional. It would have been the full blown JFK kind of thing, like Patsy, professional. That one there was, this is what happens when you trigger people. This is when, just like, oh, that'll probably be bad if I explain it like that. People might take offense. Well, it is what it is. So right now, because there's such a division, you have one side that's ready to lock and load, revolution, throw down. Well, just take that same drive and passion is the key word of 2024 and apply that to the other side. So you've got these damn Joe Scarboroughs and all these people that are still going out there talking about how evil he is and this is getting bad. They're going to, and so you're That is the crazy side. This is the side that normally lights buildings on fires and shit like that, you know. And so they do crazy shit, you know. They ignore the sucker punches of old people. They ignore the pedophilia. They ignore all this shit. And then you have this side that everybody gripes because they're just so complacent and they just keep sitting there. And but they've got an anger. And so when you kind of go, well, what happens when one gets too riled up? Well, you get the little stupid ass 20-year-old. And I personally think there was a little, I don't know. I've kind of got different thoughts. I've got different thoughts. And let me catch up. What's up, Pilgrim? Morning, morning. Oh, yeah, no, shoot, no, we got it clean. Matter of fact, let's see. Hoorah. Oh, well, here, wait, I took a picture. That's right. I went out there and took a picture. I'll show you this real quick, and then I can go back on to a little tirade. Yep. So here's a picture of it. You know what? This is about going to piss me off. Okay, just give me a minute. This is about some crap. I'll get my shit together, and then, you know, I will do what I expect of elected officials to do and get my shit together. Let's see where we at. Bam, 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 bam. Here we go. DC. No, I don't want that. Man, Windows thinks they're so smart. Okay, let me. All right, let's see. What do we got? Stop puking mouth. Oh, damn. What are you? Oh, damn, Savage, you sick as a get out, ain't you? Okay, so if I'm gonna prevent, wait, no, I want to do this and this, and then I want to do this, and then I want to do this. Share the screen, a window here, here. There we go. So what you got right there, there's Mayhem loading up the last bit of the limbs. And if y'all remember, all that was where he's at was all the limbs and all the stuff piled up. So we got it all cut up, raked up, cleaned up, burned up. And there's actually even a smaller pile of that than now. So, yep, it was flipping awesome. It was hard to process, but man, we got it done. So yeah, and thank you again, Mayhem. I do appreciate it, brother. It was very cool. And I don't know, man. It doesn't surprise me that somebody took a shot at him. You know, it doesn't surprise me a bit. They've done everything else. I don't know if that's going to wake up some of the people that are like, oh, it's all the same. It's all a show. You know, the whole two wings, same bird. Hopefully it shows that, I don't know. But then again, you know, you already got people out there going, it's staged. So, man, America, the world is actually lost right now. Just America more than others with this digital age shit, man, because people would normally have time to use their own thought process because you would have a headline of a newspaper where you would just read that. Well, then you would talk verbally with people around you about opinions. Now with the digital age, you get a headline, but in like right now, there's so many thumbnails, you know, that because everybody wants them, they're getting on the click wagon. And is like, well, I wonder how many thousands of these channels on the click train right now were actually 3 months ago talking all the smack about YouTube and, you know, the suppression and all the evil corporations. And it's like, well, that's funny. Soon as an event that pays off, you're willing to jump on that little click wagon too. And so you just kind of wonder, you know? Shrimbo Manny's rocks. That's it, mayhem. Yeah, I do hope you get to feeling better, Savage. And I'm sorry I kind of missed out on some of the details of that. I was busy just babbling. But I do hope you get to feeling better. Being sick sucks. I see the yeah, whizzing by like the dumbed down sheep heard from their masters. He fell because of some popping noises. Oh, yeah. The whole headlines, man. But see, this is, man, but it goes the other way too, because it goes the other way with, oh, this was, you know, the big, it what? I don't know. I do believe that there was no skilled person. There's so many variables, you know, the Secret Service, that administration is over the Secret Service. So everybody can kind of go, oh, but he had Secret Service. They're the ones that control the sea. That's like saying we have a Justice Department. And I was like, well, how well do you think that is? You know? And so that's what I worried about at the debate is that they would rotate some of that Secret Service out and then it makes it vulnerable. Well, there was an interview with the director of the Secret Service, and she's talking all this DEI shit. And then when you watch how they behaved, it's like, you know, I get it. You can dive in. I personally do not think that was no professional psyop. I think that was some dropping of the ball and some nut job. Otherwise, that would have been way more accurate. That was too close to be an accident or just, no, that was, you know, and me and Mayhem were talking about that. And I actually think one of the benefits for Trump is that he doesn't act like every other politician and every type speaker, because all the stuff that he does that either people like or dislike, make fun of or whatever, but that behavior is what set him out of the norm. Because if somebody was kind of thinking that the typical speech is you're either going to be facing forward or you're going to read that teleprompter or you're going to read that teleprompter. But he has a bad habit of just doing shit, leaning and going, what do y'all think about that? And so he does too. And that was saving grace, in my opinion. You know, I ain't got no answers, man. I wasn't there. I don't know all the details. Oh, it was definitely, and you know what? It's like, how did that dude get in there, you know, and have that? Who knows? That dude could have staged that the week before. And if the perimeter was handed off to local police, and you have a dude who's been doing rallies for 6-7 years, and there has never been an incident, I think you can then throw in some complacency of, we've never really, dude, it's Trump supporters. They all get along and everything goes great and music plays and everybody's doing fine. So this was out of the norm. I think people get complacent. I think they took their job lax. Well, okay, kiss off. You're the one that voted for Fetterman and then voted in dead people and shit. I get it. Hell, I'm sure the main rhetoric you hear out of that state is that it's bullshit. I mean, hell, that's where it happened. You got to generate the narrative there that it's bullshit. It happened in Pennsylvania. So you can't put no validity to it. Otherwise it looks bad. So I get it. The local narrative. Well, do you, okay, well, I won't do that banner. That's all that sucker banner stuff. But all I can say is, like, if you think it's so complicated to take, 130, 150-yard shot through a scope and get that close, then I guess maybe you haven't done much shooting. But I mean, I could take the misses out there, explain the concept. You see the visual crosshair, and it's like, and if the gun is half-ass sighted in, it doesn't take a rocket scientist at that there, because you don't have to deal with bullet weight and wind cross, and that's so short of a distance, you get full velocity of the bullet. So to think that, oh, that's such a, man, that was, matter of fact, that's why it's actually, the more you know about shooting, the more you would see that it's actually, that should have been on point, because that was easy. If you've been through basic training, then you know just how lucky that shot was, because that shot, even as a newbie in basic, you hit that mark. That's basic marksmanship stuff right there. What do you mean last night? Where did he show last night? See, you might have fell for some bullshit picture, because are you talking about some picture from Wisconsin? Because Wisconsin hasn't started yet. Or at least the best of my understanding, Wisconsin doesn't start until, I think people are gathered outside today, but I don't think it fires off until either tonight or tomorrow. And then I don't think he's even expected to speak until the 18th, which is 3 days away. He did a rally last night. Well, let's just look into that. Oh, let's see. That would have been 7/14. I'm sorry. What are we looking at? Yeah, this is a money. Huh. Yeah, I don't. So where was this rally at last night? I don't see anything about a rally last night. Does anybody else know anything about a rally last night? All right, Tiger. So is there any other information about this rally last night? Because when I just looked that up, there ain't shit listed. There ain't nothing out there even hinting at it. So I don't even know where that actually, see, now that just goes to prove my point of local narrative. Because since she's in Pennsylvania, all of a sudden there's a little local narrative that's going to pump that out to start spinning that story. See, you're seeing it happen right there. Hey, Cherokee, morning. Did I miss anybody else? Zombie Force, morning. I mean, I saw where he released a statement to, I think the only interview that I know of he's done since the shooting was, I think it was the New York Post. He did a phone interview with. So the boy that took the shot was a complete armchair. Oh, I think that dude, so it shows that he supposedly was registered as a Republican. Of course, this was going to be the first election he could vote in. And, but he had donated to Act Blue $15. So I don't know how their elections in Pennsylvania go. You know, do you have to be a registered Republican to participate in the primary? Oh, okay. Here you go, Amy. It's easy enough. It's brian.rescue@gmail.com. I'll leave it up there for a minute. I mean, you know, to me, the behavior, I think it was legit. To me, I can see it, you know, the talking, the shit. And it's almost like he got stung is the way I take it. That's my 2 cents. It's almost like he thought, damn, did I get stung? And then it was like, no, another one. So then he went down because it's like, oh, and that's when the Secret Service was even like, wait, what? The dude, the sniper up top, I don't know, man. There's so much talk about him and it can go either way. It could have been a DEI hire kind of a, you know, thing, or it could have been I'll just try to see if he can get lucky and then I'll have to deal with it. Or there's also, you know, you're scanning a line with a scope. And if you're so used to not seeing anything and all of a sudden you come across something, you go back to it and you kind of bring your eye up to kind of, holy shit. So I don't know. Like I said, here's what I will say. Oh, cool. The missus made it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. Let's see. Don't need that. And I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring chat. I just kind of went south on y'all. There's a video of him screaming F Republics and shit like that. He probably registered to vote in the primaries that way, to swing vote. See, that's what I'm thinking, Rabbit. I don't know how they vote up there. Yeah, I know he was in the commercial, but I don't know, man. There's so much being played on that. And it's so easy to grasp and go, yeah. But we're in a corporate world. So to go, man, that dude's tied to that name. First off, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, those three names own like 87% of like the Fortune 1000 companies or some shit like that. So, you know, you can grab that name. That name's going to be attached to anything. You know, I bet if you looked into the steel of who that made the assembly of that stage he was standing on, oh my God, see, Vanguard did it. It was holding him to the stage, trying to give him time to the shooter time. I mean, you can go with all kinds of shit. It's an imaginary world right now. This is like living sci-fi now. It's just like, and especially with the new little AI video shit, you watch the stuff people create and come up with. It'll be like, man, it'll be like that. It'll be like Kissoff going, no, he was at a rally. It's like, but there was no rally. Oh, yeah, because they can make one. You can make it look how you want. Yeah, see, he just landed in Wisconsin. He's not, they're doing, the Secret Service was there supposedly doing security, and now they're apparently have increased it to do it again. So the one female was ducking behind. Oh, I know, man. Rabbit, did you see that crazy shit? Me and Mayhem were talking about that, and it's like, homegirl goes to go off the stage, and she ducks below him, and it's like, nope, you misunderstood your job. Your job's supposed to be up and over him, blocking him. You know, see, kind of like the dude is doing behind him where they're crouched over him. You know? See, I don't know. There's nothing showing about that. And I mean, I follow him directly, so I saw his statement. I saw the statement from Melania. You know, I saw the interview with the New York Post thing, read it. So I mean, I don't know, man. Here's all I can tell you. Take a sip of coffee, and whatever narrative gives you the most peace, just run with that shit. That way you'll have a peaceful Monday. That's what I would suggest to anybody. How's that? Grab your coffee cup, your whiskey glass, your joint, whatever's working for you this morning. And right before you go to take that sip or that hit or puff, just think of whatever narrative would put you at peace. The fucking aliens came down and programmed that dude to do it. Whatever works for you, and then go with it. Take the drink, take the hit, and go, man, it's going to be a good Monday. And then just make a day a good day. Because that's to me, this right here is going to occupy people so bad that there's fixing to be shit that they're going to try to push and do in the background while everybody's all trying to figure out who just did what and what it really is. And the dude got popped in the fucking ear. In my opinion, here's my 2 cents. Some radical shit took a shot at him, missed. There was so many failures in his protection, whether it was out of DEI shit or rather it was out of complacency. I don't know. The dude took a shot. He's still standing. It's time to move on. Can't address it legally until we get a hold of the administration, the 3 seats, the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and then they can address the Department of Justice, which will then institute legalities in this. Other than that, everything else is fucking hyperbole. It's emotional talk. It's a waste of time where you're chasing things that are going to not have an impact of today. What makes today better for you? And then what's the long-term goal? And I've said it before, and it just, you know what? It is what it is. There's a presidential election. Whoever the Democrats put up, if you're for that, vote that way. If you want to change from that side, whether you like Trump, whatever Trump, then I would suggest choosing the other side because it is what it is. To not vote throws your voice in for whoever wants to use it. So I would not recommend not voting. Other than that, that's presidential. Now I would suggest you start looking at who the hell in your area is getting elected. Who on the local school board is going to get put on? What kind of rhetoric are they spitting out? You know, do you like your taxes? Do you like the way your county is being run? If you live in a city, do you like the way your city is being run? Now's the time to go and start learning about how the system works instead of just sitting around bitching about the system. And sorry if I just pissed everybody off. It just is what it is. Man, this was like a nightmare waiting to happen. Me and Mayhem and the missus were headed to go eat when all of a sudden it went off and his phone blew up, my phone blew up, and we're looking at it. But you know what we did do? I'll tell you this. Mayhem can back this up. I had the screen up there. We watched the clip of it. Oh, shit, man. Damn, they did try to take him out. And then we went and we ate. And you know what? We didn't even really talk about it while we were eating anything. We talked about the food and the place and other stuff. Because nothing we were going to say was going to change anything. So, and people can criticize me because of, you know, what, I don't care. Man, I'm a simple person, you know. I'm just a simple kind of easy guy. Yeah, there's crooked people. So am I shocked when people go, well, the CIA did this? Well, yeah. So you don't think people can be bad? I mean, shit, you can watch mass murderers, pedophiles. There's people are bad. And I'm okay with identifying the problem. But if you can't go with a solution, and that's why I don't, you know, my only thing, and probably what pisses everybody off is because I don't want to just dwell on it every day. It's like tomorrow, I don't want to get on here and start bitching about Trump again all over again. Was it real? Was it fake? Was it real? Was it fake? Because it just, I don't know. No matter what we decide, is it going to make a difference? And I'm not, you know, I'm not taking away. I do think that getting people, because but I've griped about this, so people that want to whine and bitch about me are just going to want to whine and bitch. I'm just happen to be the current target. That's all. But to me, if we're saying the same thing that we said 2 years ago and we haven't made any progress, like nobody's really gotten involved locally, because I hardly ever hear any channels. There's a few that actually try to get people involved with the local stuff, you know, the school boards. Everybody says they don't like all this crap going down with kids, but it's right there outside the door. It's a school board. Everybody gripes about the taxes that they pay, but that's actually what gives you the voice to now go say something to that school board. So there's like, oh, are you Magic Mike today? Is that what it is? You're Magic Mike? So now I guess Mayhem's going to be Magic Mike today.
Yeah. I have to. I can't see the screen because of the polarized. So you're just going to be a black screen to me.
There you go. Oh, I get you, Kiss Off, talking about something, and see, that's I don't know, man. Maybe you call it burnout, YouTube burnout. I don't know what you'd call it, but see, that's why it was fun at first until I started getting preached at, because if you don't agree with it, like people that think the earth is flat, I never gave a fuck. And then all of a sudden it's like, but and it's like a debate. Well, there is no debate. The debate is I'm going to tell you how wrong you are. And then I'm trying to tell you how right I am. See, we're debating. And then it's like, well, no, you're actually being rude and sarcastic and that. No, I'm just passionate. Oh, okay.
Right.
So it's just one excuse after another. It used to be fun. And I've talked about this before. So anybody, if you haven't paid attention, then that's not on me. I've said it many times before. I used to, man, when I was growing up, we would sit around campfires and have ghost stories, Bigfoot stories, alien stories. But those were the fun stories. You could laugh and joke, and hell, you could even get imaginative. The problem with nowadays is you go to have fun conversations and you realize that, oh, no, there's people that actually believe this hardcore, and you're fixing to get schooled, son. And it's like, well, wait, I just wanted to talk about the funny ass Bigfoot. Man, did you see that? Yeah, that was, ooh, I bet you can't have fun with the store no more. The stories just can't be fun because somewhere in this damn worldwide internet, there's a group that believes it totally. So all of a sudden you've offended them, you pissed them off, and they have to convince you how wrong you are. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, we also have to remember too is like a lot of these people are trying to fill in the gaps because of the narrative just doesn't make sense to them, So they're like, oh well, it's got to be this, or it's got to be that, or it's got to be this. And it's like, well, you got to wait until there's more evidence out there. You and I kind of talked about this, like there's a lot of people that are like, well, this was an inside job because Secret Service didn't act quick enough. Well, Secret Service isn't like what you see depicted in the movies. You look back at Reagan's assassination attempt. Was the Secret Service quick enough? Where they could take a bullet for him, or were they like he still got shot, but they were quick enough to grab and apprehend the guy, and a lot of people are talking about the sniper that saw him in his sights, and like you said, rescue, like what we talked about, where you're looking through a scope and you've got this tunnel vision, right? And you're not going to quickly be able to scan the area and be on target. And when the lookup is confirmation, like, wait a minute, did I just see what I fucking saw? Yeah, I did,
Well, especially if you had probably scanned that roof half a dozen times already. And then all of a sudden you think, because when you look at the guy's clothing and you look at the roofing, I could see where it'd blend in with the heat wave glaze that's going to happen. Because see, everybody's looking at photos too. And they're thinking that that's what it looks like. And you're forgetting about the whole heat shimmer off of that metal roof. There's going to be a heat shimmer. Mm-hmm. And it takes you a minute to go, wait, is that something? And so, Right, Rabbit, that's it. Target verification. I mean, if you've done it,
exactly.
Yeah. And so I can see it.
And those are most of the people that don't shoot.
And you can say this, Mayhem, too. If you go back to Afghanistan and you were to take 1 day mission, and all of a sudden you could go back and watch 180-degree video footage of that, do you not think you would sit there and find all kinds of flaws and fuck ups and errors? And then if you wanted to paint a story, you probably could even pick somebody out of the squad or company or battalion or whatever to go, they were leading us intentionally in the wrong way. I mean, you could paint that because it's previous footage. It's already happened.
Right. Exactly. exactly. And there were some people that were even like on Facebook. I saw some people took that picture of the sniper, and he was wearing a red like bracelet, you know, and they're like, "Oh, this is," you know, and I'm like, "No, actually, that's a bracelet of protection. The red, I can't remember what it is, but it's a lot of soldiers wear those."
It didn't come through, Amy. The email did, but there was nothing attached to the email.
Uh-oh.
So the pictures weren't attached.
Did she go to attach them, but they didn't load yet, and then sent it? I've done that before.
Because it doesn't even show an attachment. It just got the email. Rescue. And by the way, Miss Meadow, I don't know if you heard me. I said morning. It's just that Mayhem he was busy over talking me. No,
how rude, Mayhem. I don't know who this Mayhem is that you're talking about. I'm Mike, so there must be a must be a different person you're talking to.
And I'm not trying to piss nobody off. That's not my goal. So if people take it personal and they take it like, "Oh, you're calling me," man, that's on whoever takes it that way. That ain't on me. If I was meant somebody, I would say that person's name. So
no,
to me, it's the overall. It's the internet, and it's what I saw. It's like sitting here drinking coffee this morning as I'm trying to go, and it's like one thumbnail after another, and everybody's got the latest update. And man, you know where the best update's going to come is when that dude takes the stage at the RNC. Then you're going to know details because he'll say them. He won't have a problem saying them, and he'll probably say it during that when he's talking to the RNC. They'll talk about that, and you'll probably hear things then that will then become factual.
Yeah, I don't think it's offensive. I would never take it offensive, even if you push back against, you know, like my opinion or views. You know, it's you're challenging. Why do I think like that? Why do I have that opinion? And I would never take offense of it because I'd be like, yeah. Why do I have that opinion? It's kind of a challenge, and I don't know. I think if people get offended by being challenged, then they really haven't thought about their position. That's just my opinion.
Morning, Ross.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to. But see, that's what I mean, though. It's like you can't have a counter opinion because if you don't go with that, then you're now the bad guy, and it's even people that call out the other side for doing that, but then that's still what happens,
right?
You know, it's like you can't just because you know what, I wouldn't care because you know people believe whatever you believe. I mean, that's kind of what makes us all different, and so it is. But it's that emphasizing. It's like, you know, I've gave up. I'm not dispassionate about my whole belief. I believe in the moon and the space and all that good stuff. But this whole, because I did feel the need, like I'm having to defend myself. And it was because some of the rhetoric come back almost put me on the defensive. And now I recognize it for what it is. And so it's just like, oh, well, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
I got you, Kiss Off.
Yeah.
Hey, morning, coffee. Hello. They tried.
And I mean,
Trump to
when we got
incarcerated, now they try to.
When we got back from
Hillary Clinton actually said it in an interview. Hillary Clinton flat out said, you know, but she was trying to make it sound like other people, when really it's like, yeah, but it's really you. But it's like because he knows laws that have been broke, and he says he wants to hold people accountable, and that scares people. Well, see, I sat there listening to the chick saying that, and I'm thinking that sounds kind of like you.
Right?
What about millions who want neither of them? I don't know if there's millions. I mean, I don't see that talk amongst millions of people, but it is what it is. So I guess millions of people ought to move to another country where they don't have to elect either one of them, because in here we're a republic and we have a presidential election. So it's just, that's the system at play. That's what I mean. See, it's like there's a sub psyop that's got people where it's like not even to participate in the system. But if you don't participate in the system, how are you expecting the system to get any change? because you're just handing it over by not participating. So rather,
Right.
if you don't like the options, that's where the term lesser of two evils, that was just supposed to wake people up so that then, okay, this is the lesser of two evils. So while he's in there, we're now going to focus on a better option for the next round. It's just that nobody ever did that. It's kind of like these cities in places after storms. They have, oh, look, we flooded the hurricane, but nobody ever goes back and cleans up the silt and all the shit that washed down and all the stuff. No, we don't. They're not going to do a cleanup.
No.
And so we got to do a cleanup. So right now, as the presidential election in November, there's two options. There's a Democratic Party and a Republican Party. The Republican Party has this guy who did some things that made life a little better when he had a chance. They, however, have flipped the whole thing upside down. So I don't see that being a good option. So it's simplicity to me. It's just simplicity.
Right.
What's up, deplorable? Morning.
Yeah.
Confirmation, bias confirmation. Bias describes our underlying tendency to notice, focus on, and provide greater credence to evidence that fit our existing beliefs.
Right.
What's up, Billy? And by the way, morning. Total failure
Morning,
by
morning,
Secret Service
morning.
should be a 300-yard perimeter. News should not portray such when they had such a great photo. Well, and yeah, I'll tell you, Ross, though, part of the problem is Melania even come out and bragged about him and praised him but I can get it from a wife's perspective, you know, to her, they saved her husband is the way she sees it. You know, I can see it. Plus I can see the political side to come out and, you know, you don't want to spark more. You don't want to spark somebody like that on the other side.
Yeah.
What has either party done? Seriously, I'm not backing either. Can't support their path. That's cool, deplorable. I mean, I personally thought the changes he made to the VA were awesome, and I would love to see him get back in office and put those changes back to where the people at the VA are held accountable and they can't treat people like shit like they do.
Right.
I like the fact that he was going to close the border off and make people come in legally. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I like that he wants to do away with the income tax and go with the tariffs. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I like the no tipping tax. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I like the 1 day voting concept. I love the voting ID concept. I love the lower medications per cost. You know, I love replacing the DOJ and wanting to hold people accountable for breaking constitutional law. I'm kind of down with all those things. So if somebody's got some other bad policies that he did besides the bump stock, then hey man, come, you know, tell me all about them. I haven't heard of those. I only experienced the good ones, and then I know a bunch of other good ones that never got implemented because they didn't allow it because he was swimming upriver.
Yeah,
What's
I also like
morning shorty.
I also like he got rid of a lot of regulations and was wanting to bring back the car manufacturers from being outsourced back to America.
Oh well, yeah, brought the jobs back. You know, started actually charging tariffs to the countries for bringing their shit in here and selling it to Americans. Made them actually start. They pulled us out of NATO. You know, we kind of starting to save money. That wanted to stop wars, had actual plan to get us out of there without that debacle that we went through. But you know, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, all that good stuff could be a negative impact. Maybe there are people that probably don't want that. I get it.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever seen that video about where they were talking about Trump talking to the Taliban warlord and
the photo,
not really negotiating, but saying, "Hey, we're going to pull out of here, but do not harm any American, or I will kill your family."
And we went 18 months without anybody ever getting shot at or hurt.
And you know why? Because the interpreter was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to interpret that." And Trump goes, say it to him. And then when he did, Trump handed him a satellite photo of his house and then got up and walked out. Basically said, "You do something stupid, we're going to fucking kill you and your family." And for 18 months, nothing. That shows power right there. That shows power. Like, I don't give a fuck. Could have hurt you.
Let me share this real quick. Because I will say, see, and that's what's sad is because people, I know that, I mean, people I talk to, because that's everybody in here, that they don't want to follow mainstream media. But I got to say, sometimes you hear it and it's like, but that's the same rhetoric mainstream media spits out. It's kind of like the border crossings. Oh, it's been happening for 40 years. That's what they want you to believe. So here's the facts. So there's data facts right there. No BS. There's data factual. So if you don't see how that just staircased all the way down, and stayed down until dipshit got in and it went back up, then I don't know. Right, so if you don't think that represents a change at the border, then see, I don't know. That's the 2 + 2 = 3 shit. And to me, it doesn't. 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
So that's just simple factual data. And I get it. Mainstream media doesn't want to show that. They don't want to talk data because it's factual shit.
Yeah. Huh.
I like the pipeline produce. Oh, yeah. Don't forget about Keystone. We had so much production going down. We had job creations, not the rebound from a COVID lockdown that they want to brag about being job creations, but actual job creations. And I only know that from actually here locally. We literally had so many young people went up there. I have a, what do you call them, a nephew-in-law that actually went and learned welding to go become part of the whole pipeline thing. And and then once Biden got in, that shit started getting shut down, and then he's now out doing other stuff. Hey, morning. Oops. Oh, and let me check the email, Miss Amy. I'm sorry. Let's see, scroll up, make sure I didn't really miss anything. Well, hold on now, deplorable. I just scrolled up to read that. She says, unfortunately, illegals have been coming for 40 plus years. I'm more worried about those been here established. They all seem to be related where I live. Well, so then you mean, but you don't want to, you just said you don't want to elect the dude who said he wants to deport all the illegals that have come in. I don't. It's almost like an upsy-downsy. I don't know. What's up, York, though?
Yeah, and most people don't know that because there's so many illegals over here and they're trying to deal with them, that the people that are here legally, they get pushed back to the back burner. You know, I have a buddy that's married to a Mexican woman, and they've been trying for years, but they hold off. Nope, there's no available dates to go before a judge. Blah blah blah. You know, and they've been sinking a lot of money, and he's just like, you know, I'm tired of this. They've sunk thousands in to get her citizenship, and they can't even get before a judge to approve it.
What's up, Mr. William? Morning. Well, that's society has changed. That's why everything, you know, everything that takes place relies, it all comes back to a person. So why are so many of these roles changed? Why are, you know, the politicians more crooked? You know, the CIA is more horrendous. Just, it goes on, you know, it just, because society has changed, just like the everyday worker has changed. So when you walk in, you get oh, here you go. And you put your stuff on there and you look up and the cashier person's just looking at you like, what? That's it? Okay. I'm sorry. So do you think that if that person checking you out has that type of attitude, and all of a sudden you put that person into a police uniform, a political uniform, an airline pilot uniform, boat pilot uniform, train engineer uniform, all of a sudden you can kind of see how things just go crazy.
Yeah.
Because society, we've lost our right and wrong. People have been polluting our rhetoric and our definitions of things to where we just don't say right or wrong. We've learned to call out right and wrong unless it affects us directly. And then we're willing to establish a gray area to justify these actions, but those are bad. It's kind of like a lie. you get lied to, and then you say lying's bad, lying's bad, but then you turn around and you look in the back seat and you go, hey, we're going to stop by the ice cream store, but don't tell your dad, because he doesn't want you to have ice cream. So you kind of are saying one thing and doing another. And I think that society has gotten accustomed to that, and it's not like an intentional thing. It's just that this is what's acceptable nowadays.
Right.
It's that, oh, well, it's none of my business, and free range, just do you, boo. Everybody just do what you want, peace, love, and lollipops. And all of a sudden here we are, and it's like, see, there was a reason for guardrails. Now we're starting to notice so many people keep driving off the cliff, and it's like, that's why we had guardrails, to kind of remind people that there was a cliff there.
Right. Yeah. Like,
some of course I would disagree. Being in New York, we are now so flooded with them. They are taking over every hotel, park, and steal other people's apartments. I know, Coffee. That is it's blown away up there.
Right.
And I get that deplorable. The elected for the last 40 plus years didn't do their job to begin with, just saying. So now here, let's put this in reality. And this is going to be some hardcore facts. And I do not mean any disrespect, but we're just going to get down. We're going to cut the mustard here. This is how the cow ate the cabbage. So I get what you're saying. The elected for the elected, let's key on that. The elected for the last 40 years didn't do their job. So the people that elected those people for the last 40 years didn't pay attention to them not doing their jobs. For the last 40 years, the people that elected them never got together and said, hey, this isn't our representation. Kind of like they did back in the day when they said, hey, man, you're not doing this right, so we're cutting ties. See, that's what I mean. There's a system at play. If you don't like the system, you're either gonna try to organize people that can gather up that whole 10-year run to do that again, or we've got to go from the inside and start correcting what was wrong, which is by electing righteous people into those positions that don't want to cater that. Watched an interview with Eli Crane, the guy out of Representative. He's the ex-Navy SEAL. And he flat out said, it's like all these CR bills. He votes no against all the CR bills. And so there's people that are doing things. It's just that the other people, instead of just going, oh, yeah, but look at Mitch McConnell. Okay, well, how about we start looking at what area does he come out of? Why don't we reach out to people in that area, get them along the program? Maybe all of a sudden DC'd his ass, kind of like what happened almost to Tony Gonzalez down here in Texas. A little bit more push with Brandon Herrera, and we would have had a change down there. That would have been one more representative changed. Yep. It's just like when you say the Republican Party, that whole two-party thing. No, we're a republic, so that's a given. But to me, that's falling into that median rhetoric that they've been pitching. Yeah. And so I'm just not willing to give up. That's why when people, well, I'm just neither. Well, I know I'm a republic. I live in the great republic state of Texas that is located within the Republic United States.
Yeah. And too, about the two-party system, everybody says we need to get rid of the two-party system, and I'm like, well, you won't be able to do that, but we need to stop focusing so much on the two-party system, because people don't realize there's more than two parties out there. There's parties that you will agree with, and there's parties you won't agree with.
It's supposed to be
there's the Tea Party, the Green Party, we just focus on the two parties. So I kind of laugh every time people say we need to get rid of the two-party system. Well, we don't have just a two-party system.
Well, we really
do. It's a multi-party system.
No, see, we really do have only a two-party system, because when you come down to the ballots, you're not going to get independent, you're not going to get libertarian, you're not going to get, piney wood representative. You're going to get a spot to write in, and then you're going to get a Republican and a Democrat option. Now, if we don't like that, and the major consensus of 30 million people don't like that, then what you do is you run with that, and then you change it once you get people in play to change it. Kind of like what they're doing right now. We had a constitution. Right. We did have a kind of a somewhat of a justice system, even as screwed up as it was. They have flipped all that shit on its head. So rescue the elected. Wait, they allowed it literally. The people had committed. Just trying to catch up if I missed anything directly.
Yeah, no, it's Yeah, I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
I don't know
Tuck
how
actually
Texas
named the
is.
main problem with politics is going to be the lobbying groups. That's the root
Yeah.
of it. Is getting somebody in there like a Tom Massey that will not take that, or like a Matt Gaetz that won't take it.
Yeah.
Major retarded green that won't participate with the lobbyists, shuts the door on them. That's got to start there.
Right.
That way they can't buy their way in. What's up, Ray? Fat man prepper. Our government's getting their shit twisted. They think it's
well. I mean, the lobbyists are getting away with a lot. Like if I go out there and I, make a donation and it's too much, I could be like the Dinesh D'Souza. I can be arrested and charged with a felony. But the lobbyists, they're allowed to do whatever donation they want to the party to, hey, I'll give you this much if you push for pharmaceuticals, or if you are big on oil, or if you're big on the Green Deal. Yeah.
And yes, by the way, Kissoff said you asked me about a tip. Yeah, got a new tip. Yeah, I lost my tip while we were raking that shit up and stuff. Apparently, I had it in my cup holder, and as I was raking and stuff, my elbow reached over and hit the tip, and it knocked it off. It actually did it twice. We found it the first time, the tank too, but the second time I didn't find the tip. And then after he left and we went into town, we got Rudy some dog food, and then we swung by the little shop, and I didn't know what I was gonna have to get. And she walked in there, and oh no, we got tips, and bam, had a little red tip. It even kind of goes along. So
right, yeah, I saw the little red tip. I asked earlier.
That's what she said. She said, "Hey, Rescue Mayhem, ask if you got a new vape tip," and I don't think you got that, and I didn't. But see, I get everybody's talking about with it, but see, and I get the conversation, so I'm not knocking the conversation at all. But it's like, but when you really like, to me, this is like just talking, just talking. We're just shooting the shit, because if there's anything legit, then this really wouldn't be legit talk, because this is the system that's at play. So this is what's here, rather. So we might not agree with it, but this is what we have to operate with. It's kind of like all of a sudden you're off in a shop somewhere, and all of a sudden there's like 3 trucks that pull up and everybody gets out with guns, and you're like, oh shit. And you were told over in the cabinet was a gun. You go over there and all you got is a damn 22 long rifle, single shotter. Well, you can sit there and go, hold on. Okay, this isn't fair. I don't like this. I should have an AR. I should have at least 60 round mag. And you know what? The dudes in the truck don't give a shit what you're saying. They're just going to shoot you even faster. Or you go ahead and say, wow, this is kind of a shitty deal. I got stuck with the 22 long rifle single shot, but okay, I'm going to make the best of a bad situation. And you start kind of popping as many as you can at the time. I mean, it just.
Right.
So like right now, I get it. That whole thing is corrupt and it's all shit and fine. And so what we now do is we start locally where we can participate and we can look and find somebody to represent, and we get them in there. And that's where we start working. Yeah. But as long as they think people are going to concentrate on that, they're going to try their damnedest to keep people from thinking that way.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And that's they try to keep you preoccupied with other shit too.
Well, that's it. Zombie Force. We're truly divided and completely screwed. Well, we're fixing to find out if we're completely screwed.
Right.
Because if we don't have enough people show up in November, then I think we're screwed. And I think it's only a matter of a few years before we're basically Venezuela. Because if the world sees that side win and some dipshit like him or Jill gets in as a representation, we will lose our economy. They will lose all faith in this country. They will note the American dollar shit. Those people are doing all kinds of ass backwards shit. And all of a sudden it'll be Brinks and we'll be Venezuela.
Yep.
Then Texas, I don't know what the rebound for Texas is, because we do have our own power grid and we do have our own depository shit. So we have some stuff, but I don't, I like to think that we'll come out of it, but man, you're talking the world stage.
Yeah, off the topic just a little bit. When I got home yesterday, my daughter told me some bad news. They lost their newest guinea pig. She died, and we don't know why.
So instead of
So
spending morning time with them over the loss of the guinea pig, you just went out and wired up emergency lights. I see. Yep, I see.
No,
That's okay.
they were outside playing on my truck. They were outside playing on my truck. They loved it. They went and got their sleeping bags and put them in the back of the bed. They were looking up at the stars while I was working on putting the lights, and they're like, "Let me see it, Daddy." And then I turned on the lights, and they're like, "Oh, they're so bright." And then my oldest, poor thing, she didn't realize that there's a piece on the bed of my truck, on the tailgate actually, that keeps falling off, and she was climbing out and she knocked it off, and instead of telling me, she went and hid it in the woods, and her sister told on her, showed me where it was, and I didn't get mad at her. I said, "Baby, you know, I'm mad at you right now because you didn't tell me it, you know, and you hid it, you know. I know it's broken. I know it's broken. It's okay. If you knocked it off, you just tell me and I'll put it back. I won't get mad at you, you know." But she thought I would,
right?
You know.
Oh yeah, they screw up. Oh, actually, and I stand corrected because Rabbit said in Missouri that they have Republicans, Democrats, Independent, and Libertarian on the 24 election.
Yeah. In Arkansas, that's why I said that we have ours. We have all that. They have everybody on there.
To be honest, I don't know. I didn't elect. I didn't vote my whole life because I was a convicted felon, and I just didn't even see. This is what I said. So the things I say, just to clear the fucking water too, because I can say this. So whatever does come out of my mouth, it's because I've already held myself accountable to those very things. That's why I acknowledge it the way I do. It's not because I'm picking on people or because I'm trying to, you know, be the negative Nancy shit. It's because I've reflected back, and then I hold myself accountable, and I go, I didn't, you know? And so for almost all my life, I was like, oh, well, I'm a felon, can't vote. And I know, I know I can now, Rabbit. And then homeboy come down that elevator. Well, then I saw how crazy things were. And so once again, you know, I held myself going, man, what can I do? I can't, or can I vote? And so I decided to check into that. And then it's like, oh no, I can vote now. I'm way past the time I can vote. So guess what I did in 2020? I went and voted because they stole it. And that was my first time to vote. Am I going to just throw in the towel? I'm like, hell no, dude, I've been waiting. If I'd have done this years ago, if I'd have known. So it's holding, you got to just realize where, if I knew I dropped the ball, I knew I didn't participate like I should have. I knew that I didn't pay attention to local things. I'm beneficial right now that our local school board didn't go all batshit crazy. You know, my thing is that I just try to reflect that because, man, if people will, and it's a tough call, man. It's a tough call. It's a tough call getting sober. Anything you're going to make a change. That's self accountability, buddy. That's a hard pills to swallow, you know? And so, it just, I don't know. That's why I'm not ever trying to preach or bitch to nobody for say, well, sometimes I'm getting all flustered, but I'm not like singling nobody out. I ain't trying to if I wanted to call somebody out, I think I'd do that. I think anybody that's been around for the last couple of years to see, I'll do that if I feel righteous in it. I don't do shit just to start shit. I don't agree. To me, bullshit and drama and shit it just creates more negativity. It makes more shitty days. You know, it makes for worse moods. I don't know. I just ain't about all that shit. I've had enough of that in my life. I don't look for no more. My senior years, I want to be chill. Thank you, Zombie Force. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think they should raise
it was so cool meeting your grandson, but man, he kept giving me the stink eye.
Well, I think he was trying to figure out if that was like a fucking beard or did you just have some shit on your chin? I don't know.
Fuck you. Fuck you. No, but man,
yeah,
it was so funny.
Sometimes, dude, he'll come in there and do that to us sometimes when he comes to visit, and he'll just be in one of them things, and he sits there and he just kind of gives you the look, and it's like, why do I got to get the stink eye?
Right. But that was hilarious. Anytime you messed with the left side of that steering wheel, though, boy, he was like, "Yeah, fine. Here, you can have it. Fuck you." That was so funny.
Yep. Well, see, actually, Rabbit, I get what you're saying, because, and I was that way in real life. The digital world, I think, was a little different for me. It took me a little bit to adjust. I ain't gonna bullshit. Shit, man. And I still don't really know quite how to take some shit because I'm just used to real world shit. So there's, and this digital stuff, because I don't know. I try to be friendly. I really, because okay, this will sound kind of all cheesy and corny probably, but hey, it is what it is. Nowadays in my life, I would really like to just be friends with everybody.
Right.
I would be totally cool with just being able to be friends with everybody, you know,
Right.
but it just doesn't work out that way. And then it seems like it's kind of like the honesty thing, because I'm an honest dude. I don't do it to be ugly to people, but I'll just tell you the truth. It's just like, you know, you say, hey, do you think that the earth is flat? And I go, no. Well, then, okay, why not just let that roll and go, okay, well, he doesn't.
Right.
And then we just talk about the fucking trees, or we talk about the fucking birds, something else. But
Right.
it's like, you can't just do that no more. And so that's, I kind of,
Yeah.
at first, I think I was so
Yeah.
depressed and down that we would get up and we'd have, you know, 12, 14-hour conversations about everything under the sun. And that was cool. And it was very interesting. And then, but then over time, I realized that you're not allowed to have another opinion, because the minute your opinion varies, then the digital world just wants to get on your ass because, oh, no, you didn't research enough. You don't know enough. You're not smart enough. You haven't been involved enough. You just
You've
don't
been
know.
indoctrinated.
And I don't think people even understand how
are.
insultive that shit really is, because you might as well just
Yeah.
come right out and go, you're fucking stupid, because it's just a polite way of saying that. And I get tired of this digital dance around because you can't punch a motherfucker in the face. And that might sound hardcore and kind of cold and god dang rescue. And but that's the reality. Physical confrontation puts things in check. And it's an accountability that can't go away anymore. And that's why they've worked so hard at it. And this digital age has now introduced the keyboard warrior. You know, we used to make jokes of the armchair quarterback, because everybody would sit and watch the football game on Sunday, and they always had the better play. They always, you should have done that. They had the better call. And then all of a sudden we open up the internet and we open up social platforms, and all of a sudden, guess what we have? We have armchair quarterbacks. We have everybody knows the answer. Everybody knows the right thing. And I think that there's a lot of people that feed off of the numbers and the feedback. So it's like, well, there was 5 people. Now there's 50. Now there's 500. Now there's 5,000. Now there's 15,000. Now there's 50,000. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you what really happened. This, and you guys need to get this, and you need to do this, and it's like, whatever, dude. Where are you at in the leadership of your community? You know?
That's why I did that video that you like. You know, where I wasn't saying it wasn't the trucker's fault, and I wasn't saying it was the victim's fault, because you don't know. I was just given a different perspective. And because if I played that video through the whole thing, people are like, oh man, that truck driver is such an asshole. They need better training, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, hold on a minute. You know, you're being a armchair quarterback right now, thinking you know better. And like, from my perspective, I think there is something to that story that was missing, you know, because I think, to me personally, I think there wasn't enough time for her, the female truck driver, to do all that, put the triangles up, put the, hazards on. And I had some other truck drivers that messaged me too, and they were like, well, you could still move the trailer, but yeah, you know how hard it is to move the trailer when the trailer brakes are locked up? Because you can see the skid marks from the trailer. You absolutely could not see any skid marks from that car. There was no applying of brakes at all from that car. And I'm like, well, there's something to this. There's something else going on here. But what is it? I don't know because I wasn't there. I didn't witness it or anything. I've been on that road, and it was late at night, and I know how it can be. And I know how some of these other drivers, some of these other drivers are out here,
Well,
most of the time,
I'm not
especially in Texas,
about things too, because I think some people might think that I'm not knocking people's opinion. The problem I'm just saying is that we got to look at it just that it's an opinion, and I wish more people would talk in an opinion way. Like, hey, like kind of like what I did with y'all a while ago. It's like all I can say is my 2 cents. I look at that and I can visualize a guy scoping, and that's it. I'm just going to tell you my opinion. Yeah. I'm not going to make this sound like, no, I have all this with the mask. I even told you. I didn't. I would just say that I've had hundreds of hours of trainings on mask and different filters and filtrations, and that's what really offended me. But even though everybody knew it was bullshit, but I wasn't going to make it sound like, I was the factual source. That's the Fauci kind of thing to do.
Right. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Oh, here you go, Miss Amy. I got this one. And you know what? It's so funny, Miss Amy, because you brought that picture up. She shared this picture and another one. And I got to say, when I saw that picture, this is the same thing I told the missus. I said, wow, you know what? This other picture reminds me of that one. So Miss Amy sent me that picture, and everybody's aware of the Iwo Jima picture. But then she sent me this other one. And sorry, it takes me a minute because I didn't want to disclose any of her information. So I have to zoom the window in so you can't see top and bottoms. But then, and I know everybody knows which picture I'm fixing to show now, but still, we're just going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the one thing about that picture, once again, I'll just point out, I see how the blonde chick is ducked down. And it's like, no, girl, you're supposed to be up in front of him. You shouldn't have a full face frontal shot of him right now. You should be in the way.
Yeah, he should be ducked down like that, not her.
And see, and the impact and meaning of that is going to have a toll, because that's going to give that's going to be the fuel for the staged, fake, all that stuff, because it is such an iconic looking photo. Yeah.
Well, remember that one video we were watching where the guy was talking about how, it's really easy to hide a razor blade and cut your own ear, kind of like they do it all the time in WWE. And immediately when he said that, I looked at you remember, and I was like, oh, now people are going to equate because Donald Trump actually was on WWE. And he was facing Vince McMahon. So now they're going to be like, yeah.
But oh my God, well, he was also in, what was it, The Christmas Story. So he's an actor.
Right.
So, there you go. He's an actor. That's what I guarantee you there's probably 100 channels out there saying the same thing. So
he was in Home Alone. He was in Little Rascals, Oh,
and I got you, Rabbit. Yeah, she picked up the hat, but that wasn't her job's. Not the hat, man. You kick the hat off the fucking stage. Yeah, that's your thing is him. But see, like I said, I could sit here and criticize every move, but I just, there was flaws. But then again, even if they're acting professional, there's still going to be flaws, because that's you don't go to every fire I went to. I can't tell you there was one of them that was 100%. Did we have positive results? Yes, but there's always improvement. The minute you don't think you can improve at something, you failed. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and they're like assholes.
Yeah. Well, just like our
I believe it was
like our
being flustered. Okay,
rescue simulation that we did. That rescue simulation that we did, I wasn't out there. I was at headquarters because I had to hide the dummy, and if I was there, I would go walk straight to it. It's human habit. But so I was like, everybody go out there, and we had one volunteer that was filming it, and if she didn't film it, I wouldn't be able to see stuff. And when they came back, I said, hey, you know what? Here's a great idea for whenever we're going on a search. We're going to start carrying evidence bags with us and latex gloves. So next time you find a phone or you find an article of clothing or something like that that could be evidence, you know, even though it's like, say, a bear attack or something, and it's not really a murder, we're still going to treat it like it's kind of a crime scene. You don't want to put your fingerprints on it. You don't want to.
Well, you do stuff and you learn from
you
it.
know,
That's why you do exercises.
Yeah.
Is to be able to learn.
Right.
I do want to point out though.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna, because the conversation, it just reminded me as I was reading through and we're talking about the Trump shooting and fake, not fake, and I get that, but I also do want to just kind of do this nice little reality check that there is a real person that died, and so there are real kids that do not have a father anymore, and there is a real woman who now no longer has a husband. There are 2 other people that are wounded in critical condition, and those are real people. So that shit really did happen. So if you think that Trump cut his ear with a razor blade, whatever that might be, understand that apparently in between the fake bullets, there were some real ones that actually killed somebody, and 2 more are wounded in critical condition. So that's why I said, see, and it's easy to jump on to Trump and go, oh, him, because everything is directed towards him. But there's actually a real, there are, I want to say that man had, I know he had 1 kid, he might have had 2, but there is a child or children without a father now. And there is a wife without a husband. That's a fact.
There's a mother and father without a son.
Yeah. So there was a real loss, and there's 2 people in critical condition that are holding on. Yeah. So take that from what you want, but just keep that in mind as we go down rabbit holes on other stuff. That there was.
I'll be
it
right
wasn't
back.
just him. It wasn't all just him, and it wasn't just. There was other people involved, and other people lost life. Yeah, that's right, Apple Dumpling. He was a firefighter. So there's loss. And so it's easy to get caught up. And I get that, and we want to know why, and we want to know who, what, when, where, but we don't want to lose sight. It's kind of like falling into the political shit of the war in Afghanistan, but that doesn't take those 13 lives that were lost, and the fact that they don't even mention what is it? I think it was it 30 other people that were injured, something like that. They don't even mention those people. See, and that's why you got to, I don't know. I'm big with the rhetoric, and maybe that's why I come across like an asshole sometimes, but it's like, we got to talk more true and factual, the details, because we don't want to lose sight. It's like that. We can talk about the Trump shooting, but we don't need to lose sight of the fact that there's a man who shielded his family and died. He's not here anymore, and he wasn't a political figure, That's going to be a loss to that family, regardless of whatever happens politically. That loss won't go away. So at some point, we kind of got to get real and grounded again. And I don't know. Sorry, ooh-wee. And by the way, morning, Apple Dumpling. Morning, Machina. And if I missed anybody else, I apologize. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, good night, wherever it works for you on the ball of dirt. And I got you, Tony, when I saw that a while ago when you said it's the world, but the world's not our problem right now. We've got to fix our country. Otherwise, we won't have a country left. It's kind of like as your house is crumbling, you can sit there and look down the road and talk all about the neighbors you want. You need to get work on your house before it collapses. Oh, G-Mon now. No, it's just that there was, I was talking about how there's some of it's fake. Some people are saying fake. Some people are saying stage. Some people are, I'm just saying, let's not lose sight of the loss of life. I want to make sure y'all know I'm an asshole. I don't want that to be washed in the noise. Damn. Hey, all you got to do is be honest, Rabbit. All you got to do is be honest. Because everybody loves honesty until you're honest with them, and then you're an asshole. Oh, there's going to be a lot of people, Coffee, that are going to say it's staged, because this is going to give them fuel. This is giving the whole MAGA, the extremist, this is like a little mini 9/11 kind of rallying because you just took a shot at him. You just basically validated everybody's fear of that party. So it's going to happen. It's kind of like when they did all the little charges on him and they thought that was going to demean him, and all it did was raise the funding because then people could kind of connect to that. Well, you just took a shot at him or had one of your little radicals. Wanted to buy that man. That delay just looking at me. Kept missing the call. His face coming up. That was not the face of someone who staged it. Oh no. The loss of life and injury completely overlooked, and Trump gets the limelight. Yep. Hey, what's up, Yankee? Morning. Oh, yeah. I can get that. There's evil all around the world. It's been here. But all we can do is work on what we can do. That's part of that serenity prayer.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, Nick says he was hit in the bulletproof vest as well. I hadn't heard that. And all he ever mentioned was getting hit in the ear.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't heard that either. It's interesting.
Were there medical crews working on? Actually, you know what, Coffee? There was a dude in the stands that was a doctor. Was a retired doctor, and he was actually doing CPR on the firefighter, the retired firefighter that got killed. He would, and they actually interviewed him. There's an interview of him. He's got the blood on his shirt and stuff. And
wow.
You could see the hole under his right underarm. Huh.
Oh, shit.
Well, like I said, if that's true, and I'm not saying it's not, but if it is, you'll hear about it at that RNC. I do believe. Yeah, Rabid. There was an interview with a guy that had his hand just trying to contain. I won't get too descriptive because, you never know who's listening in the background of everybody that's listening. But, just you take that for what it's worth. A headshot, and a man had his hand on the wound trying to contain. And then this doctor was trying to do what he could do. Excuse me. Really? They have a picture of his blazer with the ball. See, I would be careful of pictures, though. I'd be careful because it's AI, man. It's going to go crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, like I said, I don't know. Nothing was said when he did his statement. He just talked about getting hit in the ear. What's up, Craig DeHunter? Morning,
Craig.
Horrible saying there's a picture of the hole in his jacket.
Interesting. I wonder if that's when he, because he reacted to his ear almost like he thought he got stung by a bee or something.
That's what it looked like to me, man. It's almost like he did that, and then almost like he was going to swat it, and then he heard that other one, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I wonder if that other shot where he starts to duck, I wonder if that's when he realized, oh shit, I'm getting shot at.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was actually the delay then on the stage. Maybe when they dogpiled him and then they were checking his side to see if it had made any penetration. I don't know. So see, it could be valid. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it is. I'm just don't know. I'm grateful he's still here.
I thought it was funny, but also kind of, strange at the same time when he was like, wait. I need my shoe.
Yeah.
I was like, man, those shoes must cost that much for you to be like, wait. I can't go without my shoes.
Well, that's why it just, I don't know. When you watch the reaction, it's like, damn, I got stung. And it's like he's doing that. And then it's like it goes by and it's like you heard sweat. It's like, oh shit. And then you realize it's like then it processes. And I'm kind of curious to see his appearance when he comes out at the RNC. I'm kind of curious to see.
Yeah.
Because you'll be able to tell if there's some nervousness now. Because see, that's what I'm saying. You got to always put in sight that there's been hundreds of these rallies with thousands upon thousands of people there. And there's never been anything like this.
See,
so
I've always wondered,
played a big part in this too, because you get too used to. We don't ever have a problem. Oh, you don't really have to. We don't really have a problem. We don't ever have a problem. And I can just. I don't know how many times in all different kind of job aspects I've heard that. It's like you're taught, no, you need to do this, but then somebody will come along and go, on this, you don't have to really worry about that. And that's where usually accidents happen. You ain't got to tie off for that, not for this.
Right.
This isn't that serious. You ain't got to really tie off for this. And then you realize, I guess I should have tied off. Yeah, there's a reason why that became a thing.
I've always wondered too why they don't ever set up like a bulletproof, Oh,
is Rocksteady later? Rocksteady, make it a good day, brother. Appreciate you.
See you, Rocksteady. Like they do that with the Pope. They put up a bulletproof, screen. It's see-through and everything, but because there's been plenty of attempts. It's like I know they think security could be pretty tight and all that, but no, I mean that's an example of not being that tight. So I don't know. I mean, I've always wondered why they always let speakers, be so open like that. Because there's just too much. People hate people too much. Oh, I don't like what you say, so I'm gonna take you out.
This is the world we're in, dude. We just got through having people say get in their face and you release the whirlwind and put a target on him,
Right. So, yeah. Don't let them feel comfortable at a grocery store or a restaurant.
So Mystic said something about a prophecy thing on his assassination. And I don't mean this in an ugly way, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to kind of connect the fact that they would try to attempt to assassinate him because they've just thrown everything else at him and nothing's sticking. So I personally can see this coming the minute they went through all that crazy crap with those charges. It's like you've already kicked these to the curb, but now you're going to pull them back forward. You're going to enhance these things into felonies and you're going to individualize them all. Oh yeah. Y'all are like seriously desperate. And then when his money went up and his fundraising and the poll numbers, everything went up. It's like, oh yeah, it's getting closer. As a matter of fact, I even said this before. I thought they might even try that at the debate. So, but
most of the people that are like,
you look at everything going down in Pennsylvania, it's not really too complicated to see how you could probably get somebody brainwashed there to do that.
And most people don't even really look into the 34 charges. If you look at it, they're nothing. It's like 34 things that they found on one invoice.
Well, they took signatures and they made each one of those an individual thing. And the fact that they weren't even felony to begin with, it was a misdemeanor that had already been looked at by the election committee and said there's nothing there. As a matter of fact, the dipshit that prosecuting even said there's nothing there. It wasn't until they needed to pull a card that they decided to have homeboy retire, leave the DOJ to then go work as his subordinate to brag. That then all of a sudden they decided to take these and then break them all apart and enhance them to felonies. So it's all been bullshit from the very beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just signatures that they had too. Like if there was a check involved, that check number was up there, and it's like, it's bullshit. And I was looking at the charges because I was like, okay, he was hit on all 34 counts. Okay, well, what are the counts?
Oh.
And I looked at it and I'm like, what?
Hey,
This doesn't make any sense.
I didn't know this, but Deplorable apparently was there.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well, that's
thought
why.
Deplorable lived in Colorado, but she
Yeah.
was in Pennsylvania. She was real close to the stage
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Changing
that's why I
shirts
said
with a
in the
t-shirt.
chat.
They were
Yeah,
out before they could get it straightened up. Yep, over a t-shirt.
Yeah. That's why I said in
I did
chat,
not know that.
tune in on Thursday because John has an actual closer video because his sister-in-law was right there by the stage. And she got it all on video. And I told John to save that and we'll show it on our show. And he's like, all right. So that's going to be interesting. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if John's watched it
Well,
yet.
and there's so much footage out. There's footage out. I saw some where people are right there in this little grassy area and they see the dude up there and they're even going, there's a guy up there. And then you can hear other people going, what? And it's like, yeah, they're seeing him crawling up there. And there's a cop that confronted him, went up the ladder and confronted him, and he pointed the rifle at the cop and the cop went down. So see, there's other failures, and it's not just, and I don't know how to say that. It's not the conspiracy side. People just fucked up. Pardon my French.
Yeah. Right. No, I get you.
And Mystic was saying something about the economic thing and the terrible financial tribulation next year. We're going to suffer a little tough time. I do think he has a plan for bouncing it back. And I will throw this out there, just food for thought. That dude is a business guy and he is a billionaire for successful business. Now you can waste all the time breaking everything down, but I know that I've heard people have went out intentionally and interviewed his workers at his different places and nobody has anything bad to say. And I will point out that all this time, it's amazing. You don't see interviews all the time of these people that worked for him saying how bad it was. It's amazing. That's the one thing you don't see for a dude who owns all these properties and has that. But I would think if anybody's got an idea of how we can start the road path to redemption kind of thing, I think it would be him as a business guy, you know?
Right.
If we could get Ron Paul up there, that would probably be good or something. But right now it's a Trump thing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's a woman, and it's really hard to find the interview, but there was a homeless woman that kind of squatted in Trump Tower. And when Trump found out, he said, no, just leave her there, get her whatever she needs, you know, and a homeless black woman. And they're saying, oh, Trump is racist. Like, if he was racist, do you think he would be like, no, leave the homeless person there and get her whatever she needs? Or would he be like, no, get that fucking dude out of here?
Actually, Zombie Force, Trump actually contributed to the increase of the dollar because when he was actually in, all the little stock shit and all that stuff actually looked better. Just like at first it went down, and since his numbers have gone up, it's actually been coming up some. So I don't know. I'm not a number guy. I'm not a financial guy. I actually suck at money because I don't, my life isn't based off of money. So if you came along and gave me $1 million, I'm probably giving out a good 800,000 of that $1 million. I'll just be randomly going, oh, you look like you could use it. Money's not my thing.
Right.
Money's not my status quo. I never met that requirement. I don't know. It just never was my thing. By the way, morning, Scat Pack. I meant to say morning to you, but Mayhem wouldn't be quiet. So, I couldn't talk. No, I'm just it's good to see you. I was actually wondering where you were at. Scat Pack's usually always my first one, and I guess I wasn't worthy of the first. I must have let her down somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting pushed over in the corner. I see.
Yeah. What did you do, Rescue? What did you do?
Right, Tiger. He hired a woman out of the job that was looking for a job right out of the crowd. This woman was asking him some questions, and he said, well, what do you do? She said, well, I'm looking for a job. And he said, oh, are you? Well, what do you do? And then he says, oh, okay. And he turns around to his people and he goes, well, we need to get her information. And that's why I get it. And see, that's what I mean, though. Everybody knows that the mainstream media is full of shit. So why not look at almost everything they say with the counter lenses? Because you know that the only reason they would tell you something is either because the opposite is what really is true, or they're just trying to not get you to look at something. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Sheena's like, my business did good under Trump. I know of a good half a dozen to 15, 20 people that hired people that their businesses increased. Hell, okay, everybody's aware of like Steven Crowder, the Louder with Crowder dude. He even commented on it that when Trump came in, he was able to hire, I think it was like 3 or 4 more people because of those infamous tax breaks that he gave. But he was trying to give the breaks to businesses. So it's like, okay, instead of bending you over, we'll give you some money back so you can hire some people and do a better job. And there were businesses that did. Not every business. But then again, if you went around and gave every American $1 million, you're not going to have a country full of millionaires.
Right.
You're going to have probably a quarter of the country of millionaires, a quarter of the country that's still middle class, and you're going to have half the country that are probably going to be junkies.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
because
under
now
Trump,
they can party like there's no tomorrow because they have access to money.
Under Trump, I at this job, I was making $6,000 a month. Now, I'm lucky if I make half that or 4,000. You know, because and it's not my company's fault. It's not that they're not giving me the miles or anything. It's just that the fuel went up.
That would
insurance went up.
I'm with you, Tiger. That would be Biden. That would not be Trump. Zombie said that Trump created more national debt than any president in history.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even know how that can.
Welcome to the conversation, there, Zombie. I don't know how.
So Zombie Force. So was it Trump that just sent hundreds of billions of dollars over to Ukraine? Was it Trump that sent what was it, 100 million or better over to Iran? Was it see, Trump didn't send all that money.
Yeah, he didn't even have to send it to Ukraine because Russia didn't even invade Ukraine until Biden took over. Because
there's the media thing. The media thing is no, it was Trump. It sucks. But true, only the rich gained wealth, and Trump profits 1.6 billion in assets and cash. So first off, Trump already had an established, successful business before he ever went into office.
Yep.
His salary from being in office, he would donate to like the VA and stuff. So he would only take $1 because it's the numbers. That's what you got to do. And so he would take the $1, and then he gave the tax breaks. And I get the whole narrative with the media because they can say tax and everybody hates taxes. So if you say that Trump gave tax breaks to the rich and wealthy, what he did is he gave businesses tax breaks so that then they could hire more people. And like I just said, a lot of businesses did, and there were some that didn't. But to say that that's his fault, no, because I can tell you right here in my area, there was a good half a dozen to 20 people that increased their businesses because of those breaks that they were able to get. Now, in the big cities where people live, did businesses do that? Probably not. Just like all the rural internet companies were given money to increase internet. Did all of them do it? No, but they all made money. So yeah, there's crookedness, but to put that on one dude and then it's like that argument. Why does all the negative get put on one person? But if you bring up any solution, they'll tell you that one person can't fix anything. And so it's like an acknowledgement that one person can't do the work, but apparently one person can do the bad work.
Right.
And what numbers? See, I don't understand what numbers. The numbers that they generate to say that these business made money, because a business makes money. But now, do those numbers show you if the employees for those companies got bonuses and payments? They don't show you that. Part.
Yeah. Yeah. Once the money leaves, and is in those companies' hands, what they do with it, that's on them.
That's it.
100%. It's the same concept as soon as I pull away from the dock with a load, right, and I go to a weigh station and I'm overweight, is it the shipper's responsibility or was it my responsibility to make sure I wasn't overweight?
Yep, it's yours. You're the
it's
driver.
My responsibility. Yeah. my responsibility once I pull away from that gate and I check out of that shipper.
I will say that talking about like with China and stuff, see, that's one thing that Trump did, and everybody went into freak out mode over, the media starts doing this. Oh my God, he's going to cause a World War III and is over the aluminum tariff and shit. And they were like, you can't do that. And he's like, yeah, we can. We're taking their shit in. We're selling their stuff. We're not going to sit here and let them keep making money off of us without us making money. So he started to charge them. And now, man, the media went batshit crazy over. And guess what? They started paying money. They started paying their tariffs. It's kind of like the drug thing. He looked at that. See, this is a business guy when he looks at the books and he goes, wait a minute. So you make this and you sell this to other countries for this price, but you're selling it here for this? That's bullshit. That's going to change. This is the executive order.
Right.
So it brought down. Now, Biden has decided after 3 years to reinstitute that because day one, he did away with that executive order and it went back up. And then now within this past little campaign year, the media tries to make it sound like Biden is bringing the cost down. No, he didn't. He's just reinstituting what Trump had already put in play.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And national debt increased by $12 trillion during Trump alone and continue to climb out of control. The people will pay high. See,
see, the crazy thing is, it rises no matter who's president. It just rises. Yeah. It's risen under Biden. It rose under Clinton. It rose under Obama. It rose under Trump. Is that the president's fault? That's the stupidest freaking argument I have ever freaking heard from anybody. Because it happens every single president.
Well, and are some that spend more. He did the Biden administration you just got to look at the hundreds of billions of dollars we've sent over to Ukraine and shit and others. The student loan forgiveness. I'm sorry. That's this side. It wasn't him,
Right.
It's rose more than ever now. That's it, because they are busily funneling money through Ukraine before they have to be held accountable.
Right.
I mean, they just got through having even the Treasury lady up there, and she's that old Janet Yellen chick or whatever. Dude, that chick was stumbling because she knows what they're doing isn't making any sense.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
And from my understanding, Trump was the first and only president to not receive his payment for being president. He donated. He's also the first one not to
engage in any outside wars. So,
no, yep.
There's some key landmark things, but it's like because the media has pumped so much negativity out, those accomplishments don't mean anything. And like I said, I don't know who all's a vet in here, but I would think that him dealing with the VA and holding them accountable would be a very damn good thing to pick up, is going that for once that dude finally made them fireable. They all of a sudden couldn't push people over into the corner and then go suck it up, buddy. So doesn't that mean anything?
He allowed veteran choice. I could choose whichever doctor I wanted to.
And sorry, Ray, I'm going to call you out because you said it since you individualized it. But he said, being a former student who got federal student loans, I'm all for student debt forgiveness. But see, that's because you're part of the problem, Ray. You're part of the problem. Why should the dude who's a plumber for the last 20 years raising his kids that didn't go to college, why should he have to pay for your decision to go get a degree? Why didn't you, since you made the decision to go get the college education, why didn't you also make the decision to use that college education to go make money to pay back that money that you borrowed to get that education? If that education was so important for you to make that decision, why didn't you go ahead and make the choice to go work and pay back that loan that was so important? When why is it other people that don't even choose to go to college's problem to have to pay that debt? Why should that be?
Well, with that same
my
concept,
electric bill's a little low, and I might not have the money. Are you going to pay it for me? Are you going to pay my bills?
Yeah, with that concept, let's just introduce car financing. Repay back. Okay, So everybody has to pay for my car that I'm financing because I can't do it. I can't do it. No, that's stupid. I made that choice to finance that car or truck or van or whatever. It's nobody else's responsibility. That was my choice. You know, if you don't want student loans, here's an idea. Go into the service and get the Montgomery GI Bill that you pay into anyways.
Well,
and you get
it's anything else,
education.
Man. If you want an education, it's just like shopping for a car. You don't just pull in the first dealership.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, you can have that car. It's $200,000. You're going to go, oh, wow, that's way overpriced. Well, why doesn't anybody do that with your college education? You want to go be a fucking engineer? Then, okay, look at the thing. Well, what's the tuition? Holy shit. But see, people are willing to pay that because of the name of the school. And that's part of the mind jacking that we've gotten into. We think that that's a status quo to have either money, object, or a name is some kind of status quo instead of the skills of the person.
Right.
Because you should be able to go to a community college, and if you're a fucking engineer, if that's your thing, like you get it, you know, then when you go to the community college, you're still going to come out an awesome engineer. It isn't going to be because you went to Harvard or Princeton or Columbia or Yale, or it's not going to be that. But see, we've been taught and slowly programmed to think that that's what means shit. That doesn't mean anything. Doing a good job is what really should mean something. But then again, there's your DEI introduction and shit. It's not about your skill level. It's about your race, your gender, you know, your religious belief, your political belief. Yeah. It's not about the skill of the job. No. You know, you might be the best engineer in the world, but I'm sorry, you're a Trump supporter. So no, we're going to have to get the Democrat dude to do it. And he was on the lowest part of the class, but hey, he at least graduated. That's where we're at. Yeah, really. Nick Biden, the great plagiarist. Yeah, we literally got a president that is so full of shit, he can't even fucking make up his own farts. He has to use somebody else's.
Well,
people get upset at me for saying abolish welfare. No, and then this is here comes the cold side of rescue. Just so everybody aware, fair warning. Here comes the hardcore side. Yes. I do think we ought to be self-sufficient. And if you can't take care of yourself, no offense, but if you sit over there and you starve, that's on you, boo. Because there are options. This is where people they've mind jacked people to think that this country doesn't offer opportunities, and you really can. You might have to give up everything and relocate and live under a fucking bridge and go to a gas station and wash your face and take a sponge bath, but you can go find a job and work your way out of that hole. That there is an option. Whether people want to pay that price or not, it's the other option, but there is always the option on the table, and it ought to be self-sufficiency. That's where we went wrong. All of a sudden we started handouts. We got away from the gallows because we said, the guy beat the shit out of that woman and he shot her husband and, he robbed all their shit, but surely we can fix him. Well, surely we can bring him back to being a morally compass guy. So I know, why don't we just make the public pay for food and housing while we kind of try to teach him how to be a better person. And then we just lock them up and they become a worse person. And somehow that's perpetuated into a nice corporation deal. Make it a good day, Mrs. Metal.
Yeah. Hey, Mrs. Metal. Bye. Bye, Mama. Bye. Have a good day.
And there you go, Ray. And I'm just saying because you said you were for it. That's why I just said it the way I did, because you said you were for it. I mean, it's good to know that you wouldn't vote for it, although that does sound a little weird, just so you know, from somebody reading the text that you're all for it, but you won't vote for it. That does just seem kind of strange, but I got you. Rescue, as someone who worked for social service for 13 years, I can tell you they know how to play the system. Full benefits in New York equal about $60K a year. Right. Hey, Coffee, I saw an interview with a dude on the beach over in California, and the dude was even asking him, well, why don't you have an apartment? And he said, why? The Red Cross, I get a brand new tent from the Red Cross and blankets and a pillow, and I get this little card from the state every month, and I can go to the food pantry right there. So why? Look at the view I got. And he pointed to the beach right there, and I'm like, see, this is the problem. Right. People think that is a successful life, and it might be for him. It just shouldn't be anybody else's burden to bear if that's his choice in life.
Right. Right. You know, and then
Everybody wants to
speaking
do
of
their thing.
prisons, it's
They just want everybody else to pay for it. That's the
right.
problem.
And then speaking of prisons, it's a repetitive cycle. I hate to say
Well,
it,
it's a business.
but it's a
It's a
repetitive.
business, no different than
You know, it's
pharmaceuticals.
business. So you get out and you see all these things where people say, well, I'm a convicted felon, nobody's going to hire a convicted felon, right? So what do they have to turn to? They have to turn back to a life of crime.
No,
You know?
that's bullshit.
And it's not
That's
helping
bullshit.
them.
That's bullshit. That's no, that's a lame ass excuse. And being a 2-time convicted felon, I got foothold to stand on. So that's total bullshit. It's all in how you carry yourself whenever
It might be.
you get out. It really is. And if you're around in an area that really is so presidential, that
Right.
prejudiced, that they say, oh, convicted, then move. Because that's not the majority of America, because most people won't even know you are.
Right.
And when you go to that interview at a job, it's going to be in how you carry yourself, the choice of words that you use, the way that you sit, the way that you look and appear. Do you look like you're a part of society, or do you look like the thug that just got out of prison? Because if you look like the thug that just got out of prison and you're going in there with the, yeah, man, I'm just looking for something. I need a job. You know, my parole officer said I got to get a job. Okay, guess what? I would not place my high expectations too high, because it's probably going to be told no a lot. So, but if you go ahead and say, you know what, I need to make a change and I'm going to change the character of me, it's going to become obvious. It's going to show to people. It's like getting sober and getting clean. When you get sober and clean, it becomes visually apparent to people that you have made a change, and then your actions emphasize that change that you've done, and your character makes it stand out. So I get really riled up on that.
I mean,
I'll put that and drugs. Oh, I just always on drugs. What am I supposed to do? And whatever, dude. You can kick that shit to the curb.
Well, I mean,
you can straighten your shit up.
That
you can
might
act
be
like a better person, and you can actually have opportunities. I went to college and got an education, a degree, to show my kids how to do homework as a convicted felon. As a convicted felon, had people have told me going, shit, man, Brian, I wish we could get you to work on our computers here, but we've passed a law. And you know what I did? I could have gotten all butthurt over that, going, see, I could do that job if they would just, but you know what I did? I had to zoom out and remove myself from that, going, you know what? I totally get it. I don't know that I would want just any old convicted felon in there working on them school computers either. So you know what? I'm willing to take the hit because I made bad choices in my youth. I'm not going to hold the rest of society accountable for my bad choices that I did as my youth. What I can do is change what the person I was and become a better person. And now I can hold people accountable to where I am right now. That's why if somebody goes, you're a liar, I can go, you're stupid and you are wrong. Why? Because I know
wait, hold on.
Who I carry at right now, it's my character and the way I carry myself. I can stand on that. I don't look at the past.
Like I want to point out. I think you kind of contradicted yourself, because you said that was bullshit about the convicted felon, but you just said that they wouldn't hire you to go into the school because you're a convicted felon.
It's a law. Yeah, but that was a choice. That was one job.
If it's a law, then yeah, but you just said that.
You don't have convicted felons. You don't want people in convicted felons working in banks. Well, if you didn't know that when you were 16 years old and you were breaking the law, that's just lack of knowledge, because that's been around. That's nothing new. And it wasn't designated just to single you out because you broke the law. That's what I mean. To think that you can't do something simply because you're convicted felon, as far as, oh, I can't go be a mechanic. Oh, I can't go hang steel. Oh, I can't be a plumber. Oh, I can't build houses. Oh, I can't sell cars. I can't sell houses. You can do these things. Sure, there's things you can't do because you've made that choice. You can, being around kids, I'm cool with them having them barriers. Being in banks, I'm cool with those having the barriers. Put those barriers up. I made the bad choice. Don't make anybody else pay my price. But you know what? That didn't stop me from coming from an IT network guy. That didn't stop me from owning my own fucking computer business. That didn't stop me from being a firefighter. That didn't stop me from being a lineman. That didn't stop me from cutting trees. That didn't stop me from driving a truck. So it didn't stop me from doing a lot of things. So that's why I just get so frustrated, because it's so easy for people to latch onto that. Ooh, I got this flaw. Get over the flaw.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do that, but there for some, like maybe they, it's an individual choice. So I mean, yeah, when they say that, that's bullshit. But maybe the job that they wanted won't won't do it. So then,
But that's still on
I'm
them.
not
See, that
saying,
means you set your goals
yeah,
higher than you should have, because you should have acknowledged where you put yourself when you made that bad decision.
mm,
It's time to toe the line. You made a
but
call.
there are some places that probably will do that. Like, for example, when you said plumber and you're a convicted felon, like maybe you could start your own plumbing business, but going and working for somebody else, they realize that, hey, I'm not going to hire this guy because he's a convicted felon. He's going into these really nice houses to fix a faucet, and they don't want that liability on their business that, hey, I hired somebody that went in there and they were supposed to do what they were supposed to do, but they stole your jewelry.
Well, if
I'm saying,
a business has had a bad experience with a convicted felon, then that's no different than somebody that got robbed at the damn convenience store, and now the next time you go to a convenience store, you act different. It's because you had an experience.
mm-hmm.
But to think that
Right,
that's just automatically, oh, that's it, I just have to go with the bad shit. No, that's the mental jacking that people fall for. It's kind of like the drug addict that gets clean, and it's getting the really tough part of being clean, and somebody that uses is around them and it's like, man, you ain't got to go through that shit. And then they'll just lean to that. Next thing you know, they've relapsed. So, it's the sheriff's department. Okay, I couldn't work on the actual department computers, which is because of a barrier, and I get that. I'm a convicted felon. Why do you want me to access the whole sheriff's department system, internal system? But you know what did happen? Because everybody in there knew me, I would work on every one of the damn deputies' personal computers at home. And there might have been a time when I worked on something that was brought from the department, to me, but maybe. But it's because of how you carry yourself. That's why I believe in it, dude. I live in and you've been here, Mayhem, and you know how little my little area is. And I still have people that don't like me just because of who I am. I have in-laws that don't like me because I was a convicted felon. Later, Rabbit. Make it a good day, buddy. Get busy, son.
Hey, Rabbit.
And I do agree with you, Coffee. The scammers and stuff abuse the system and ruin it for everybody. Because I could see, because that's really how we started as communities. We started where when somebody in the community, a guy got hurt at work, then the community would make sure and go by and maybe mow his grass for him. If there was a leaky something, then they'd fix it. They'd make sure the missus had some groceries. So the community worked together, and we slowly broke that apart. Now the government has become the community. So, oh, are you having tough times? Just go get on food stamps. Just go on. Look, we'll give you housing. And that's my daughter actually started to step into that. And I said, don't you step into that. That's a sand trap. That whole HUD housing and food stamp, that's a sand trap to keep you there, because it's all based off of your income. So the minute you get the good job, your rent then goes up to match the income. When you get the raise at work, your rent's going to go up to match the income. So that's a sand trap. But see, we never paid attention to the little things. So what I see now, that I see that being as a problem, that's when it's like, okay, we need representatives up there, because then they can put this federal funding shit, get a rein on that shit, instead of just attacking the agency. That we just need to change that House and Senate. And then all of a sudden these agencies have to toe a line. Project 2025, people, there's all this fear mongering over Project 2025.org. That's really the foundation of it. That's the Heritage Foundation that's compiling and doing vetting on people that are willing to take on those roles of office type things and stuff like that to do, if he can get in, so that there can be a cleaning of the house. That's why they're trying to paint it out to be such a bad thing. Morning, Carolina.
Right.
There's just, I don't know. There's so much good stuff we can do. We can do this.
Yeah, and that Project 25 too. I think Trump even he didn't even like some of the stuff in it, so he was.
Well, it's not his thing. They keep trying to tie the two together, and it's just that's the media game. So don't fall for the media game. There's the Heritage Foundation and Project2025.org, and then there is Donald J. Trump with Agenda 47. Right. And so you can go to donaldjtrump.com/Agenda 47, and you can look at it. It's the deportation, it's the voting. And I thought about doing a little deal on that and kind of going down the list, because there is so much crap out there now, and they're trying to tie them together, and they're trying to make it sound like it's some kind of tyrannical thing. And, you're going to be giving up all your rights, and he's going to take control. And that's because that's that media narrative. Yeah. They got to paint the orange man bad.
Yeah. And they're using, I think there was one time at a rally, he said something positive about the Heritage Foundation. I think it's got, but there's a clip of him talking about it.
I don't see anything wrong with the organization myself. If you go look at what they're about, I mean, it's a conservative Republic group. So, what the hell? I was paying attention, speaking up. Y'all think I'm a nutter?
What?
I don't. Gma Merkel, Gma Merkel, she's typing like Cherokee Survival right now. She's talking all in kind of weird code, probably that Northwest code stuff.
Yeah. Now we have not only Cherokee, but Gma Merkel and Lady Smith typing all weird. I found something out that's pretty kind of, it's kind of cool and kind of funny at the same time.
Later, Nick. Make it a good day, buddy. Appreciate you.
Lady Smith will sometimes talk how like she types. Like we'll be sitting there and we'll be at the meetup. We were talking about something, and all of a sudden she came out of like left field talking about something else. And where the fuck did that come from? But it was cute. She's a great lady. She's a great lady, but I thought that was funny. It was like when she said, I can't remember what she was talking about, but when she said it, I was like, oh, damn.
I beg to differ,
talks like she types.
I beg to differ. I don't know. I know what I said. You just didn't reference what I was saying. You just made some weird capital statement about listening and then nutting. And I'm not understanding those connections because, well, we just won't go there, but you're a female. So I guess that, I don't know. I'm not a female. Does that really, I guess that happens. I guess, do y'all refer to it that way too?
It does happen.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I personally think that Agenda 47, and then it's Project 2025.
Agenda 47, Project 25. Yeah.
It's called garroting, off-topic subjects.
Yeah, I wonder if Agenda 47 includes Agent 47 from Hitman series.
Let's see. Let's just see if we can do this. No.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Didn't mean to yawn on everybody.
Well, apparently you did because you did it.
I didn't mean to.
But you did it. So you had to have meant to because you did it. So here's Agenda 47. Donald Trump declares war on the cartel.
Amen.
And if we can actually even look at these, if y'all want to read them, we can go through them. Let's see what he's saying right here. So he's saying, to destroy the drug cartels. So what he wants to do, here we go. We're going to restore all Trump border policies and fully secure the border, deploy all necessary military assets, including the U.S. Navy, to impose a full naval embargo on the cartels to ensure that they cannot use our region's waters to traffic illicit drugs to the U.S. We're going to order the Department of Defense to make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other covert and overt actions to inflict maximum damage on cartel leaderships, infrastructure, and operations, designate the major drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, cut off the cartels' access to the global financial system, get full cooperation of neighboring governments to dismantle the cartels, or else fully expose the bribes and corruption that protect these criminal networks, ask Congress to ensure drug smugglers and traffickers can receive the death penalty.
Right.
Let's see. And then he's just talking more Biden stuff. So there's the gist of that little plan. So that was the war on cartels. Let's see. Oh, it's ending veteran homelessness in America. Well, let's just see what that one is. Oh, wrong. I keep trying to scroll the StreamYard screen, and it's like, oh, wait, wrong screen. So let's see. Here he says, on day one, President Donald J. Trump will sign an executive order to cut off Joe Biden's massive spigot of funding for shelter and transportation of illegal aliens and redirect those savings to provide shelter and treatment for homeless American veterans.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's such a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. No welfare for illegal aliens. Let's see where this one goes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That sounds nice.
I will stop the outrageous abuse of parole authority. I will reinstate my action making illegals ineligible for public housing. We will terminate all work permits for illegal aliens. And I will demand that Congress send me a bill blocking any future president from abusing his power to distribute welfare benefits in this manner. It's all being paid for by the American taxpayer. And see, once again, this is when you got to get your representatives in there.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Notice what he said. Present a bill that stops the next president, because that's what happens. If you'll have something good happen, and then another president will come in and take that away.
Later, Craig. Make it a good day, buddy. It's good to see you.
And
G-Mal Merkel says like he won't win no argument with me. I'm menopausal. I got 30-something years experience with that, so I can toe the line, just so you know. Yeah. Just come on.
Yep.
Let's see, what did Zombie got? Tell me where we are. Did the stimulus checks come from, and who's going to pay for it? Higher food, house, and transportation combined with higher tariffs rates means the poor get poorer. Well, hopefully the poor will wake the hell up and actually get into the workforce. And, we tend to the other things, and then we can bring that down. Right. And actually a dollar starts to mean something instead of going in the shitter.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Mexican cartels control billions of Americans' interest in trade in Mexico. The import market will soar even higher. More Americans' inflation. Oh, it'll probably get a little worse before it gets better. That's just a given. You can't go into a house full of meth heads and don't think you're fixing to get cleaning out the meth heads out of the house is going to be one thing, but then to go in there and remodel and clean up and everything, the house is a whole level of another work. So to compare the two isn't really fair. And we'll just scroll down. The American Academy. He announces a plan to revolutionize higher education by shifting excessive large endowments from private universities toward a new institution called the American Academy. Teach American history. President Trump's message to Americans' auto workers. Here's the pledge to homeschool families. Let's see. There's Trump's 10 principles for great schools leading to great jobs. America must have number one lowest cost energy and electricity on earth, returning production of essential medicines back to America and ending Biden's pharmaceutical shortages. Calls for death penalty for human traffickers. Can't go wrong there by all means. The auto industry from the job killing policies, rebuilding America's depleted military, protecting students from the radical left and Marxist maniacs infecting educational institutions, protecting Americans by taking on big pharma and ending global freeloading. Cementing fair and reciprocal trade. With the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. Using impound to cut waste, stop inflation, crush the deep state. addressing the rise of chronic childhood illnesses, vax, ending the scourge of drug addiction in America, celebrating 250 years of American independence at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, Day 1 executive order ending citizenship for children of illegals, outlawing birth tourism. Oh, wait, page 2. What do we got up here? Let's see. Where are we going? Oh, man, we got a bunch. Here we go. So protecting students from the radical left. Okay, we know we did that one. Ending the nightmare of the homeless, drug addicts, and dangerously deranged. Here, let's just see what that one entails. Where's our plan? Because he talks and then there's the plan. The homeless, the drug. When I'm back, we will use every tool, lever, and authority to get the homeless off our streets. We want to take care of them, but they have to be off our streets. There's nothing compassionate about letting these individuals live in filth and squalor rather than getting them the help they need. We need professionals to help them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about in the right direction. Okay, here we go. Our first consideration should be the rights and safety of the hardworking, law-abiding citizens who make our society function. There is nothing compassionate yet. For a small fraction of what we spend upon Ukraine, we could take care of every homeless veteran in America. Our veterans are being treated horribly. Man, this is some bad shit. I don't know if we can keep reading this. Violators of these bans will be arrested, but they will be given the option to accept treatment and services if they are willing to be rehabilitated. Many of them don't want that, but we will give them the option. Under my strategy, working with states, we will ban urban camping whenever possible. Hell yeah. Likewise, with all the money we will be saving by ending mass unskilled migration, we will have a huge dividend to address this crisis in our own country. We will then open up large parcels of inexpensive land, bring in doctors, psychiatrists, social workers, drug rehab specialists, and create tent cities where the homeless can be relocated and their problems identified. We will open up our cities again, make them livable, and make them beautiful. For those who are just temporarily down on their luck, we will work to help them quickly reintegrate them into a normal life. For those who have addictions, substance abuse, and common mental health problems, we will get them into treatment. And for those who are severely mentally ill and deeply disturbed, we will bring them back to mental institutions where they belong with the goal of reintegrating them back into society once they are well enough to manage. It's a tough task, a very tough task. What's taking place on the streets, what's taking place when they're taking so much drugs, but the fact is we're going to try. So I don't know, man.
Sounds good.
The American Academy, message to Americans, auto workers, homeless families. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think I went back to page 1. When I hit the back thing, I screwed it up.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
You done messed up.
Calls for immediate de-escalation and peace. Plans to protect children from left-wing gender insanity. Woohoo! We'll build a new missile defense shield. Stopping Chinese espionage. Energy independent again. End crime. Restore law and order. Stop the America Last warmongers and globalists. Protecting Americans from radical leftist ESG investments. New trade plan to protect American workers. Yep. I don't know. I'm sure everybody's kind of, got down to 23 people. People don't this is man, when you get to it's like it's the good shit. You just can't, they don't want to
hear it.
If it's a solution, then no, because then a solution means acknowledgement of some kind of self-accountability. And
right.
You know,
right. Like everybody wants to talk about the problem. Nobody wants to talk about solutions.
Little man. I come back to the screen to see G-Mom Merkel with Bring It Little Man. So I guess she was talking to you. I thought I offended her, but she must be talking to you.
What?
Later, Yankee.
Talking to me about what?
I don't know, but she said, Bring it, little man. She said little man, so it has to be you. You're littler than me, so little man must be you.
No, it's you.
I don't think so. What stimulus checks? I have no idea, Coffee. I know that there's some stuff that always pops up about, oh, they're going to give every time you go to dig into it, it never goes anywhere. It always talks about the previous stimulus stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if they would literally just come right out and go, we'll give you $1,000 for your vote, homeboy would probably have damn 80 million votes. Because, man, nobody will look twice at that free shit. Hell, my mom even used to gripe about that decades ago, like decades upon decades. How people see free and they think that there's free. And it's like, there ain't nothing for free.
No, nothing's
free. If it's
free.
a buy one, get one free, it's just because they're charging you so much for the first one that they can make you think you're being given the second one. That's all. But it's going to ain't nothing free. But see, it's the thing. That's like people do the free energy. How would you have free electricity? Who's going to make the steel beams? What foundry is going to run to make a steel beam to erect the tower to transfer the electrical power? Who's going to maintain it and service it if something happens to it? Oh, they just do all that shit for free? There is no free.
Yeah.
Hell, and apparently it used to be air and opportunity was the only free things in life. But I got to say, given the 2024, apparently in some cities and states and shit, well, breathing and opportunity isn't free there anymore. So I guess give California time and they'll charge you per breath. You're going to be taxed X amount of dollars based off of kids.
Oh my gosh.
Calculated amount of breaths you take a day. And we're going to charge you for the oxygen you're consuming.
Yeah.
$1,000 a vote, they would save money, but they would get people to do it because they'll get people that don't even have attention in participating, but they'd come out for that. Or there might even be somebody who's going, well, I'm going to vote for Trump, but they'll take that $1,000.
Yeah. But then all that the opponent has to do is if they offer $1,000, the opponent offers $2,000 or $1,500, you know?
Well, and it's been marketing and it's been stuff developing over years because they learn from people's behavior. It's like advertising, certain font size and certain font characters, color tones, banner placement, all those things have been scientifically shown that it has a reaction to people. That's why I said the marketing has been slowly manipulated, and because it's like 99 cents. Somehow people feel like they're saving money because it doesn't say $1. There's not 3 digits up there. You only have the 2. So it's cheap. Well, no, it's now when you throw your little sales tax on it, you're over $1 anyway. So it's a mental thing, you know? Uh-oh, the phone flipped. So did you hit that person? Oh, now he can't even. Oh, he froze up. He froze up and he can't talk. I think this is kind of one of those vulnerable moments when we can talk and say whatever we want. And he can't say nothing in return. They would save overall on campaign spending. Yeah, pretty much. It's been proven if you just give a person what they want, it's nothing that they wanted. It's to say, oh, well, they do that with sales, the car salesman. You know, when you leave your house, you already have an idea of what you're wanting because you're going to go look for a vehicle. But when you get there, they start that salesman pitch because they're going to go pick the most profitable thing. If they sell, they can make the best bank off of. And so that's what they'll start. And you came for a car, but you know, these trucks ride like cars now. Look at all the availabilities. Let me show you the price on this. See, look, you're not far off, but look at all the extras you'd be able to do. Next thing you know, you're driving off in a truck when you really went for a car. It's no different when you went in the store for the damn gallon of milk and a loaf of bread, but somehow you come out with 4 other bags because this little clearance tag caught your eye or this sale tag catches your eye. Right, Coffee? There's a curse. May you get what you wish for. You get snarky and them salesmen hide. Nah, G-Ma Merkel, you getting snarky? No, say it ain't so. Damn, I'm starting to look scruffy. I guess now that I got electricity, I better start to clean my shit up. Cars that heat your ass up. Yep. The missus has one of those little heated seat things. She accidentally hits that button every now and then and her ass gets hot. And I go, see, you got the red ass, don't you? That's why they put the milk containers too, coffee in the bag. That's why shit's not right outside the door. They want you to walk in. Yep. Way in the back. They trolling you. They were taking the, yeah, really. Wasn't it homeboy out of New York that was giving him a burger and fries or something for getting it? Right, Kiss Off, that is a surprise. You actually found something that G-Ma Merkel likes. I didn't think G-Ma Merkel really liked anything, but now we know she likes the red ass. Coffee. Tell everyone, look, I got a hot ass now. Hot mama. What? Yeah, I'm a hot mama. I turned that on. Burger and fries. They did it at the Mrs. Job with the Indians at the casino. You know, they were offering bonuses. I want to say one of them was like a $3,000 little bonus if you took the jab. I just looked at her and I said, I don't know. You want that $3,000? She said, no. I said, there you go. 2.5 hours and we lost Mayhem. What's up, Matt? Morning, sir. Just a meat popsicle. One state put you in a raffle for $1 million. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you'd get entered into the raffle. If you just go get the jab, if you'll just screw up your whole internal chemistry, we'll give you a little fluffy foo-ha-ha. Pardon me. Let's see, do I... Hey, I'm going to play this one. I need just a minute. Give me 2 minutes and I'll be right back. So if Mayhem actually hears that and he gets to be backstage, he can just give me 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Y'all can listen to this while I'm there. Because it's just leave me the hell alone. Our message to Washington. Woo!
I'm afraid the better days that we've seen have done passed us by. Nothing but lies. You can't believe a damn word that they say. They're messing with our lives. News on the TV, nothing but negativity, just poison to the soul. What's right is wrong, what's wrong is right. They challenge God's word with all their might. I can't help but wonder, where's this country gone? Lunatics and politics, about enough to make you sick. It's corruption to the bone. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, I'm just a good old boy, raising hell and making noise.
the hell alone. Declaring war on Donald Trump with their bullshit stories that they're making up. They can't stand the fact that he speaks the truth. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell that something's wrong on Pennsylvania Avenue. Crooked ass politicians, might ought to pay attention. This country's tired of you. Hate our guns and our freedom. Piece of shit like you is why we need them. So don't hold your breath, you ain't giving up. Double standard way of law. It's good for them, it's bad for y'all. Change all the rules, make them up as you go. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, we're just a good old boys, raising hell and making noise. We're 80 million strong. Ain't much for backing down. We're gonna fight and stand our ground. Got an army of our own. Best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. The hell alone. Best thing you can do for you is leave this country alone.
Hey, morning. What do we got? We got EMP Big Adventure. Welcome and morning. Welcome aboard. Somebody else come sliding in. Oh, I think I said morning to Matt because it's good to see you again, buddy. Oh, Zombie Force was headed out. I hope he makes it a good day. Zombie Force, pretty cool dude. Hope everybody has a good day. Y'all just need to bear with me a moment and here, I'm going to play you Daddy Was a Badass because maybe Kiss Off, sure, it'll calm her down maybe, you know. Just give me 2 more minutes. Sorry. Tended to medicine.
All right. Well, Daddy was a badass, oil-filled white trash, never took nobody's lip. He was a honky-tonk dancer and even beat cancer. And 40 years smoking just quit. He had Korean pen up black ink tattooed 4 arms from the war. He won a dang good thing Mama met Daddy, 'cause Daddy was a badass. He met Mama on the dance floor in Deep East, Texas. She was the belle of the ball. He had a whole barren son, giving him a run for her hand in marriage to call. So I took the rich kid to the back of the bar, threatened him with his life. He said, hey, little girl, your date had to leave. Now you're gonna be my wife. I guess his country charm turned her on, 'cause 50 years has passed. He got the one and only girl in the whole wide world, 'cause Daddy was a badass. Well, Daddy made it out of the jelly rig patch and gambled paid for his school. The University of Texas sure got reckless, living on 8-ball pool. He had backroom all-night poker games, a pistol by a rotary phone. He was a hot-tip handicapper on football, never took a student loan. So he passed with honors by selling numbers to everybody in his class. Then he drove back home to Old East Texas. Well, you know what it was. Us a house and he started his company. He made drilling bits for the old rigs and made a truckload of money. Hired all my uncles and the good old boys from back in his roughneck days. Till the shop burned down, lost everything he had, and they went their separate ways. Well, he flew to Vegas, he borrowed $5 and he put it on a red and black. He made 200 G's. He got the business back, y'all. Daddy retired, sold the business. The kids are grown and gone. He said, woman, I just can't sit around here. You know I gotta keep bringing it on. Climbed on his 1963 Panhead Harley Davidson and rode it wide open till the end of the world, off a cliff and into the sun. Well, I still roam. Mama was crying, said that's the way he should have passed. In a blaze of glory, just done with the world.
Done with the world, man.
Daddy was a badass. His daddy was a badass. His daddy was a badass.
Because Daddy was a badass. So there we go. See, it toned her down for a minute anyway. And now you had me cracking up, G-Ma Merkel. You had me cracking up. So G-Ma Merkel said there was a lady fixing her hair and face before going in the store. When she opened the car door, she was wearing rubber boots with shit all over them. I knew I belonged before I even made an offer here. There's a beer, bait, and ammo store up the road. I was meant to live here. Well, just make sure your county don't change. See, there's areas. That's why there's areas, but it's just, and there's a reason why those areas are different than other areas, because the people in those areas are different. Just need to get the other ones on board. Well, I guess Mayhem signal might be out, or else he might have arrived where he was going to. Best song ever. Well, maybe not the best song ever, but it's a good one. Well, I think I've kind of tapped out though. Sitting up. All I'm going to say is Huck is fine. So I've talked with Huck. Huck is fine. So don't stress yourself. So anybody that was wondering, Huckleberries, I'm your Huckleberries doing all right. And I'll just leave it with that. Still not sure what this is or why I'm here. I figured you're a fighter. My father was a retired fighter, and I was a volley for a year and a half on the mountain in Arizona. Well, ENP, I'm glad you're here. And I mean, I would like to say why you're here, but I don't know why you're here either. I mean, I'm glad you're here. Yes, I was a firefighter. I was, my channel is just, I get up here and I talk with everybody, and as I get to know people, I pretty much get on here to interact with everybody, see how everybody's doing, share my day, share what's going on, and try to leave people with a positive thought in their mind that you can do anything that you put your mind to. And that I don't hope you have a good day. I always encourage you to make it a good day, because I want to remind people that they're in control of their day. It's just, I've got spinal issues, so I can't physically participate in a lot of shit anymore. And I came onto this scene in a depression kind of frame of mind a few years back. And nowadays, this is all I try to bring positivity, talk about some things that are going on. So if you stick around, that's cool. Appreciate it. Don't be, think too much about all the blue names. As I get to know you, I'll end up making you a mod. And, you know, I try to go live in the mornings. You know, I play a little music, shoot the shit. We laugh, we joke. Sometimes we talk about shit that pisses us off, but then we get over that. I try not to leave anybody with bad juju. So that's about the best description I get. I'm one of those. There's no intro video. I've got no cool thumbnail. The thumbnail you see on my video is the same thumbnail as this sign right here or that sign right over here. And I actually just took a picture of the sign on the chicken coop is how I made the thumbnail. I don't waste too much time. I appreciate you. It's kind of, you know what, EMP, that's kind of what because I'm not into the show thing. I don't do this with any kind of narrative. I got no script, and I just really, I met some cool people, and I like checking in on everybody, and I like interacting. Sometimes I have a panel. Used to have more before than I do now, but. And thank you, Tiger. I think I got a good bunch of people that hang out here. Yeah, are you, Gmon Nana is wondering if you're still in Arizona, EMP. EMP's Big Adventure. Oh, is Sheena leaving? Have a beautiful. All righty, Miss Sheena. Make it a good day. I'm sorry I saw that too late. I hope she heard me. Hope you make it a good day. Hope you smile. Make somebody else smile. If you go by the store, pick up something extra because it won't get cheaper tomorrow. This is where all the cool kids hang. Right coffee. Welcome to the Cluckin Alamo. We got the best mother cluckers on the planet. No, I'm in Northeast Ohio, but I'm trying to relocate my mother and our homestead further southwest into the country. I live in the woods on a hill in the country right now, but we want bigger country. There you go. Hey, we got quite a few people up in the Ohio area. Okay, I'm about to get in my Uber, so y'all make it a great day. What was that about making people mods when you get to know them? Yep. As I get to people come by, and then there's a lot of people that are, dude, there's people that are mods right now that don't even like me, but they're mods. I've thought about going, but that's what other channels do. And I don't care, man. You're a mod. There's some managing mods that lurk and watch, but so you're a mod and you can share a link. That's cool. I think it's easier communication. So that's why I get to know somebody a little bit and then make them a mod. By the way, Apple Dumpling, make it a good day. Remember, you can do anything you put your mind to, and be safe. Definitely coffee. Try to be a friendly community, respectful. I don't see the need in all the negativity stuff. There's so much negativity. All you got to do is open your door. Best part is we don't mod each other unless it's really bad. Right, Kiss Off. That's it. Well, Kiss Off, sometimes it's just fun to mod her, though, and just kind of boom, boom, boom. Well, you got one more in Ohio now, but I've got to run, do the things, one of which is tend to the chickens. That's it. Got to tend to the little mini raptors. Hey, appreciate you, EMP. Make it a good day. Keep your head on a swivel. Rock scat, just a little crazy. Just a little cray-cray. Devil Dog Prepper, how are you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. How are you doing? Man, it's good to see you. Apple Dumpling, thank you, Nana. Coffee Tiger. But Friday wasn't a good day, so I'm definitely going to try to make it today. Cost me $60 to go to an appointment, but I promised I'd be there, so it is what it is. Keep your head on a swivel, Apple Dumpling. I hurt so bad. I bet, brother. I bet. I'm glad you're here with us. Down to 18, must be time to go do something, right? I don't know. 21 now, turning guns. It varies, yeah. Other channels go and stuff, so. No, there you go, Devil Dog Prepper. We have a new person with us, EMP Big Adventure. It says simplified, Devil Dog. Yeah, he had his procedure, and Devil Dog, if I get it wrong, I'm sorry, sir, but so Devil Dog had a tumor on the brain, and he had it removed, and if I understand right, they kind of then had to put him into a chemical-induced coma for a little bit. So he's now out of that, and he's come with us. I know, Coffee. I'm so grateful that you came. I am shocked, but I'm grateful. Greetings from the Erie Coast. What's up, Mad Shad? There's a fellow Ohio person. Oh, you're home now? Awesome. Home is where the heart is. Yeah, we have a new Ohio person, Shad. EMP's Big Adventure is up in Northeast Ohio. Look like a monster? Nah, brother. You look like a Marine that just had their shit worked over and you're bouncing back. And I'm so glad you're here with us. I heard Ohio doesn't exist. Yeah, it's there. I think that's what they say all the cool people from New York moved to Ohio or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Try it. You'll like it. Oh, was that the link you put in? Watch. What is it? I'm so glad you're here, though. I'm glad you're doing okay, and you're doing good enough to make it. Clearly, I'm not cool. You just haven't got there. That's all. I'm just picking. Cleveland here. 0311. So what is this? Coconut moonshine. Oh, look at you. G-Ma Merkel put a video up. Are they just saying it or are they singing it? Oh, it's the song. Okay, it's not a recipe. It's just a song. Thought that was like a recipe. You're like, try it, you'll like it. Here I am thinking it's a recipe. I don't even think my MOS exists anymore. I think when I was talking, who was that I was talking with? Was it Bushido or something? Because I was a mechanic and it was 63 Bravo. But apparently they've changed the designation of that MOS. It's more broken down apart now. Now you have all kind of specialization, I guess. Hey, Coffee, you make it a great day, ma'am. I hope you smile and help somebody else smile. Keep your head on a swivel too, ma'am. Be very careful, please. And if you go by the store, pick up something extra. It ain't getting cheaper tomorrow. It's just going to get crazier. And Devil Dog Prepper, I just wanted it noted I was still first. I know you are not typing too much. She was the first, I guess, in text. So yeah. Oh, Mayhem's phone got super hot and shut down. That's what happened to him. Racing Caps goes with Paul Thorne. Oh, cool. There you go, Shad. Semper Fi brother was born, raised in Lorraine, and I'm outside of Akron and Ken 5 on now. My plans for today, Kiss Off, are I'm going to lay down a lot. I'm pretty sore from this weekend. That was some pretty major activity. We went into town, which was loading up my scooter carrier. Then we came back, unloaded the scooter carrier. Then we raked up on the yard. Then we raked up on the yard the next day. And so my legs are just, oh my gosh. My legs kill me so bad today. I even told the missus when I got up earlier, I didn't really want to get up. I just didn't want to lay down no more. But I didn't want to, my legs, man. Good night. But that'd just be more whining. I ain't going to whine up here. I'm taking it easy today because I feel like shit. I got to go tend to the chickens. Make sure their water's good. Take them some scratch. He once told me I was usually first. I took this as a child. Hey, Cha-Cha, morning. Cha-Cha-Cha. And I know you from over at Shad's. Swing. There. Should be yeah, there we go. Excuse me. Oh, sure, Cha-Cha. Hey, if it's blue, I know it's you. Alrighty, Carolina. Make it a good day. Keep your head on a swivel. If you get by the store, pick up something extra. It ain't getting cheaper tomorrow. And just remember, you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. Oh, son, that's some healing power right there. G-Mom Merkel is sending a hug. G-Mom Merkel doesn't send hugs very often. So, Devil Dog Prepper, G-Mom Merkel wishes you a most speedy recovery and is sending you a hug. Hey, prayers for tomorrow. Chrissy's stalker has had 9 continuances. Tomorrow's jail call at 8:30. A freaking year has passed. Oh, so you mean a stalker with the A, not the stalker like a grocery stalker. I'm going with her, Chrissy speaking. Oh, there you go, Kiss Off. All righty, prayers for you tomorrow. Well, see, they ought to be getting him for that instead of just stalking. It ought to be like attempted burglary or something, or attempted home invasion, or whatever the term is up there in crazy Pennsylvania land. Down here, we got the Castle Doctrine and the Stand Your Ground and the Texas Nighttime Law. So, yeah, they turn in the driveway. You just go leave now, and they don't, and you go bow, and they say, oh. It's Texas. Well, 3 hours. I'm ready to lay down. My legs are killing me. So, hey. Oh, there's 7 to 8 charges on him. Oh, there you go. Well, prayers for strength and wisdom. Hope they tend to that. Devil Dog Prepper. Man, it's so good to see you. It just warms my heart, brother. It really does. My little old channel ain't a whole lot of nothing, but you talk to people, and it's nice checking up and being able to see you. That represents you're on your phone or whatever, and so you're with us, and that's a good feeling. I appreciate you. You made my day. So that's good news on several fronts. That's the good start of a Monday. See, I just knew it was a Mystery Monday. We just didn't know it was going to be that good. What? Tiger, you make it a good day too, ma'am. Everybody, just remember, you can always do whatever you put your mind to do. So just slow your roll, think it through, put things in the right order, and then you just start one thing at a time. 1 foot forward in front of the other. There used to be some little song about that, 1 foot in front of the other. Thank you, D-Dog Pepper. Let's call him D-Dog. Devil Dog Pepper. I'm going to end up getting that mixed up. You watch. My Achilles heel. All right, guys. I do appreciate y'all. And it was good checking in with you. I hope you make your day a good day. The choice is yours. It's all in your perspective and the set of lenses you decide to use. So when something starts to rile you up, take a deep breath, slow down, and decide, are you going to let that occupy your space, or are you going to take control of your space? You need to take control of your space. But I appreciate y'all. Try to help somebody smile today. It's going to be a crazy world. It's a bumpy ride from here on out. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. Go by the store, pick up something extra, guys. Appreciate you. PA.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed about your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke. But a couple of tears don't make you weak. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Keep your head on a swivel. Stay calm. Don't go with the anxiety. Take a deep breath. Make a good day of it. It's all in your perspective. You can do anything you put your mind to. What's up, D-Dog?
Keep the shotgun in the family. Raise your babies by the book. And keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Take care, everybody. Double Dog Prepper. Good to see you again, brother. Thoughts and prayers. Appreciate everybody coming in. Starting your Monday off with a good story. I appreciate that. Man, it was a good day, too. We got D-Dog Prepper in the house. Covering. Everybody, make it a good day. Peace.